What's the deal, my people? You know what it is, the Don, Tony Teflon. That is Phil, the issues guy. This is the Escaping From podcast. Number one show for the fans, by the fans. Make sure you hit that thumbs up for your boys as you enter up in here. You hit it one time, you ain't got to worry about hitting it again. You know what I mean? Treat it like the girl that you met at the bar that night and you got lucky with, or the guy. Whatever's your thing, right? And that's what it is. So hit that thumbs up. Phil, we're going to get into this episode. It is a very controversial ending to the season. And I know people have a lot to talk about. All my familia out there, I know you got a lot to talk about. We're going to give you the chance because this is a call-in live stream. You will be able to call in, and we want to hear from you and let know everything that you feel about it. Phil, before we get into our first segment of this thing, what's going on with you, brother?
Not too much. I'm excited to talk about this episode because I love polarizing situations. And this episode definitely got people all over the place. I also look forward to any opportunity to talk about Lost. And there'll be a lot of Lost talk tonight. I apologize. But we will get into that a little bit as well. Hopefully that didn't get everyone to turn this off. But you can't help but bring up the L word tonight. You can't help but do it. I know you haven't watched it all, Tony, but we talked about this a couple weeks ago when I went into it. I'm already starting to rant now. But I don't think I dislike this as much as everyone else, but I still have issues with it. So we'll get into this.
Yeah, as the man in yellow himself was on here saying, "Oh, they wouldn't do the same thing they did before. They wouldn't do something like that, Tony. They would never do that." Well, we'll see about that in the end. All right, let's get into this. First, we know they had a Reddit AMA, right? Yes. So we're gonna go into this first of what they said in this AMA, and then
Tony, really, like there's so much that's said in this. People just want you to talk about one thing. There's only one thing in this that's really important for you to talk about. But I know there's a lot of stuff in here.
This is from TV Picks. He did a summary of it. We'll go through the summary. We're not going to go through every thing that they said, but he did a summary. So shout out to him.
I was wrong about a couple of things too. I don't know if we're going to get to this one, but they do mention the tent will come back. So I guess I was wrong about that one.
We'll see. So From Writers did an AMA. Here's the response, and response is organized. Compile the responses are from the this is what it is. All right. So on the inspiration broadly for the show, they said the idea behind the show was to explore what it would be like if your reality was ripped away and you find yourself in a living nightmare. And Phil, you can stop me anytime you want to stop me if you want to comment on anything. Mm-hmm. Who you become when everything you know is gone. Thinking about how much our identity is invested in the world around us, the rules we live by, etc., and what it would be like if that was taken away, and who we would become if our daily lives became a nightmare. In many ways, the show is built on familiar tropes, but with intention of creating something that feels
familiar,
yet becomes something entirely different. We've always looked at the show as character drama dressed up as a nightmare, where the mystery is a familiar vehicle to carry all the themes and questions that we wanted to explore. So what do you feel about that, Phil?
I feel like that's just word salad in some ways, and they're just poetrizing. They're saying what we all know and what we've talked about before. This is a character study. They're doing this as metaphoric crap for their own idea of character study stuff, kind of like Lost, kind of like The Leftovers. It's going to be that kind of vibe. Whether that is indicative to an ending that theory crafters like or not might yield different responsibilities. So I think what they're saying there, at least my impression of it, Tony, is that character first over mystery.
Yeah, and I don't think they succeeded in what they're saying here. If this is what they wanted to do, to me, they had not succeeded. If they're saying that, and I'm going to quote him here, it says the idea behind the show was to explore what it would be like if your reality was ripped away from you and you find yourself in a living nightmare, who you become when everything you know is gone. I don't think we've seen enough changes in characters that had changed at all. Like, they seem like the same people they were before they got to this nightmare, most of them. Fatima is the same person. Boyd is the same person. Elgin is still stupid. Everybody else in this thing,
dead now.
Yeah, everything in it. There's no person who was a nice guy got in this nightmare and became an asshole or something like that. You know what I mean? There's no person who was a shithead who all of a sudden this nightmare transformed. So I don't see the transformation of the person like it was like a zombie apocalypse, and the person you would become in that zombie apocalypse, or like if you're in prison, the person you become in prison is not the same person.
Like Tobias in Oz, or on The Walking Dead in the good seasons, what Carol started as and what Carol ended up as.
Yeah,
you know,
I don't see that growth in any of the characters.
I mean, I guess the only one you could maybe say would be Randall. Started off as an asshole, became Superman hero, but maybe he was always.
But he was always trying to be the hero.
Right, he was always. You're right. I'm reaching on that one. So let's continue with this thing.
Yeah. So I don't see that didn't work for me right there.
That just comes off as poetic word salad.
It didn't really work. I said on their writing and creative process.
Yeah, this is the interesting one where they say they set out, but it's kind of like going on a vacation where they set out for the things, but actually change plans after they get the plans. They know where they're going to end up, but most of the stuff they've been making up as they go.
All right. The ending will be the ending we initially imagined. Details on how we get there have changed during the creative process, but we will eventually get to the ending we have always intended, unless AI destroys the world before we get there. Yes, we have framework for season 5. And the headline would be Endgame. Telling the story is a lot like the plan when you trying to plan the perfect vacation. If you plan too little, you end up wandering around the circles and wasting your time. If you plan too much, you end up with something that feels rigid and overstuffed. But if you plan just enough, the airline tickets, the hotel you're staying at, the main attractions you want to visit, but still leave the room to explore, you end up finding that things you never expected, and those unexpected surprises are oftentimes the best parts of the trip. But they are only possible if you have the blueprint. Making this show has been a lot like that. The reason we rarely reference the passage of time on the show is so people can experience it however they experience it. In many ways, the show feels like it's taking place over much longer periods of time than it actually has. And at the same time, it feels like it has gone in the blink of an eye. I don't know about the rest of you, but that's kind of how the last 6 years felt to me. All right, Phil, what do you?
Interesting things. One part of that, and you being, I mean, we're like, I write much shorter things than you, but you're a narrative writer. I mean, I think there is something to that, to have an idea of where you want to go, but let the story kind of organically flow. What I don't necessarily, the second part of what they said kind of comes off a little weird, though. I don't know. The second part of that whole situation comes off a little stranger.
Yeah, you listen. When I wrote my books, every book I write, but I'll just talk about The Darkest Before the Dawn. When I wrote that, when I first was initially writing it, I had the beginning, I had the middle, and I knew how I wanted to end. I knew how I wanted to start, and I filled in the blanks. And then after I reread it and I was rewriting it and doing things like that, 100%, that's what it is. I added certain things. I added I didn't think it had enough action in it, so I added a whole serial killer thing in there and put that in there with it and all that, just to beef up the action. So I get that. That's a George R. R. Martin thing that he would always say, if you're taking a trip, and I guarantee they got this from George R. R. Martin.
Yeah, Vince Gilligan does the same thing with Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul too. They want to go, and then they stop along the way.
They just rephrase it. But it's George R. R. Martin's quote. He's the one who said, if you take a trip from New York to Florida, you're going to Florida, but I don't know exactly what hotels I'm going to stop in, what restaurants I'm going to eat in, and everything else. And that's basically what they're trying to say here. They just changed it to another vacation. But that's a George R. R. Martin quote and everything. That's the way it is. And I agree with that path and everything else. And they're saying that they're going to get to the end that they have, no matter how they get there. We've seen this already because they already said that the Tabitha was supposed to not leave the season she did. She's supposed to leave and come back 2 seasons later, and they moved that whole thing up 2 seasons earlier. So it costed them, and that should have happened this season. this season was the one that Tabitha and them should have came. She should have came back and all that from, right? And Akasa and them should have been there at this season and everything. So
they changed things around for the snow and the animals, and they wanted to do all that stuff.
They changed. So I understand that, but I do think that they are looking at things that people have done and saying that seems like a good idea. Throw it in. Like I can't not see that. It's just not it's impossible for me. And people may want to say, oh, Tony Teflon, you don't know what you're talking about. These people are this and everything. Nah, listen, man, I'm trying to tell you. There's no doubt that these people have taken some things that, whether it's from me or other YouTubers or other people on Reddit, they definitely seen some stuff and said that kind of works. Let's incorporate it into our story. And I do believe that that's what's happened here. Without a doubt. I see we have a super chat before we go, and we got a couple. Let's take them real quick. We got this one from Fatima. Said won't be able to stay for the whole live. Just wanted to show some channel some love. Thank you so much. And we got this one right here. It's from Winter. Is it your dude, Winter?
Yeah, I think Winter's coming, man.
Winter's coming, and he says, happy Sunday, Tony and Phil. No one's being suspicious of Sophia. Brought the season down for me. To be honest, but Christy sobbing over Marielle's body got me. They need to give her actress some more due. I agree. And we'll get into all that. I promise.
We'll break that down in the recap and stuff like that. And she definitely, her and Ethan win my MVP acting awards. The actor that plays Ethan did an excellent job in his breakdown scene tonight too. It's tough. Kid actors get on my nerves, and Ethan did a great job tonight.
All right, let's keep going. This is on the characters specifically. We have already suggested why the creatures behave the way they do, but did they really?
They say everything they disclosed. They say a couple times in that if people were really paying attention, we disclosed pretty much everything at this point.
No, I mean, no, it's not true because I pay real close to that. I don't see that they.
I'm saying what they say, Tony, not what I say.
And I'm saying what I'm saying. And I don't believe that because they say we have already suggested why the creatures behave the way they do. I don't see any suggestion. Maybe I'm wrong that they said why these creatures behave the way they do. They haven't said why Smile Monster touches things, why one goes on the swing and kicks their finger, unless they're trying to say that they're human and that's the humanity in them.
Yeah, but then it's got to be a conscious decision. Now that we've seen Fatima turn into a creature, but make a conscious choice to side against the other creatures, can other creatures make that choice? Or does it sets up a weird divide? Are they compelled to follow the man in yellow, or do they just choose to because it's beneficial to their end game too? It raises a lot of questions. A lot of the answers tonight raise questions, but again, we'll get more into
it. I don't go with that. He said the prominence of the sheriff and the Matthews family was in place from the beginning. Additionally, Jade and Tabitha's Central Road in the mythology was also in place. Now that's not true because we know that the first Jade actress was supposed to be an Asian woman
or a teenage girl coming from spring break. He says that. He says
so, all right, so we keep going. And the mythology, though, we know with the notable exception of Jade, that was originally covered as a teenage girl on her way back home from spring break. All right, yeah, so they did change.
And you can totally see that in the premiere episode with Jade and the way he's acting. You can totally see he was originally written as like a drugged out,
Yeah, she was supposed to be a girl in the back seat with Toby.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what she is going to be, a teenage girl coming from spring break with fucking Toby, and that's the way it was going to be. And then they get stuck there, and she was all drugged out. That would have been the story. Toby still would have died. The whole shit would have went the way it went, but it just been a girl instead of there. So other than Jade and Tabitha, there is a connection theme among all of the other characters who were pulled into From Town. They were each at some sort of crossroads in their lives. Boy, for instance, had just retired. So people have speculated that and said that everybody here was experiencing some type of trauma in their life
or change or
change, and that's why they brought that in. So they confirmed that is the case there. One of the great joys of making the show with an ensemble like this is seeing what the actors bring to the roles and the type of chemistry they have with each other. Equally exciting is when the show I mean, that's with every show, isn't it?
Yeah, you hope. But that means I fall in love with my actors too much, so I don't want to kill them off.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what it means. Equally exciting is when the show reveals things that you do not realize were there. One example of this evolution is that we didn't know Victor had a sister until the moment he opened the trunk of the car and realized those drawings weren't his. And it was among the most exciting moments we had exploring the story.
Did you have someone else draw the picture? Did our buddy not draw one of the sets of the pictures? And you're like, that doesn't look like something Victor would draw. We gotta make a sister.
Yeah, he put something in there. There are many things that we can control in making of a television show. Biology and time are not among them. Knowing that the young actor playing the boy in white would age over the life of the show, we built that aging process into the mythology. Turns out Halifax winters are uncontrolled. So they can't shoot all the time because the winters get crazy, and that's why they've been delaying. That's what they're saying.
And they also the actors, I'm sorry, and they're also like the actors hated them shooting out in the winter and the animals and all that sort of shit.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. I agree with some of the things. I gotta agree with everything he's saying. I guess it confirms the crossroads theories and everything else that people are at a certain part in their life. We know Sarah was in an abusive relationship, I guess, in her life. I don't know what the hell was going on with her brother that would bring him in there. What was Elgin's crossroad in his life? I mean, we didn't find that out. What his crossroad words
something to do with praying and being stupid.
But yeah, we didn't find that. So I mean, maybe there's a story. Randall was just going to his nephew's birthday party. Yeah. So what was the crossroads in his life that was?
There's probably just a crossroads of someone on that bus that needed to get there, and everything else is a sort of captive audience. They have to come along. They're casualties of war, so to speak.
Yes, I mean, it is what it is with that part. All right, let's get to the last part. I think this is the plot specifics.
Oh no, I thought we were gonna get into the fact that they said Eloise is definitely.
Oh wait, well, yes, I thought it was in this part, but we're not there yet. We're not there yet. All right, plot specifics. Confirm that the trees on the road that we've seen are all different trees. I think everyone could look at the tree and tell that. Anyone who didn't think that was something else.
I don't know, Tony. Were they different trees?
I would think so. You could see the branches at their houses, all different.
I don't know about that one, Tony.
It's something going on there. On the motel, they said the real question is, was there ever a motel in first place? And that's what people should be questioning.
Yeah, they also talk about the dogs, and they say we're fans of dogs. They don't really answer the question. Mm-hmm. They say stay tuned a couple of times with a couple of situations. And I wish I could find the one that says
we'll get to it. I'm almost there. Confirmed spider symbolism and references will become more clear in season 5. Yep. So it really comes down to, is the man in yellow a giant fucking spider?
They're saying maybe. They're saying maybe.
They're saying it will be revealed. It'll be clear whether it is or not coming forward. Reinforced idea. Episode 1 has more answers than people probe realize. I mean, I think we probed that to death. I think we got everything out of that episode we could do. Only thing you could say, I guess, maybe is the fairy situation. But we see the guy pulling teeth and shit. So we'll see how that rolls out and everything. Or reincarnation, none of the residents aside the present day Jade and Tabitha are the descendants.
Yeah, they say this person's this person. The only 2 people that have been there multiple times are Jade and Tabitha, according to this thing.
Yes, with the exception of Victor, who was Miranda's child. And I think that also gives credence to my theory that Sarah is going to be Miranda's child when it's all said and done. I still feel that's going to go down. The fact that Victor gets the caveat, I think Sarah gets the caveat too. As Jade now knows, all of the other residents are just minnows who unfortunately hear the cries of the children. We've kind of avoided the rigid explanation on the title so that people can decide what it means for them. I don't think they know.
Yeah, but again, bullshit writer talk.
I don't think they know.
Bullshit writer talk.
Yeah, I don't think they know. But I think it's fair to say the word "from" is very much like a hyphen on a gravestone.
So yeah, it just means where people are from. That's it. It's simple. Like I said, this one I was right. All it means is where the fuck people are from.
So it means, like Rakim said. Right, what is he quoting? Rakim, who is this guy? He's not a rap fan. It's not where you're from, it's where you're at, right? So
whoa, dude, I missed that part.
Yeah, he's quoted the God MC himself, who I actually had the pleasure of being on stage with multiple times. But Rakim, he's a cool cat. On Julie's story walking, there's a big difference between going back and changing the story as opposed to finding out you're a part of the reason the story played out in the first one. Now, listen, I've said that is exactly the way it was going to be. I'm telling you that Baby Thomas is going to be dead because of Julie. I put that out there. I still think that's what it's going to be. And a lot of other things are going to be happening because of it. So I think that when it comes down to Julie's story walking, it's not going to be about her changing the stuff. It's going to be about her seeing something that could help them in the future and doing a situation like that. Yeah. So I think, and they confirmed that will be upcoming in season 5. So I think that's going to be that Baby Thomas is dead because Julie's the one who's opening the cabinets, and she's also the one who's going to call on the phone. That's what I think. So Eloise is dead. A fascinating thing about mystery box shows is that the audience creates mysteries on their own. Maybe that says something about our willingness to believe and seek our own conspiracies. But no, Eloise is dead. Now, that's a lie because they put that out there. They put that crumb in there because they had Victor say that the pieces were so small he wasn't sure if it was her. Right? If they really didn't want that to be in the show, they would have just had him say that I buried Eloise. But they specifically had him say the pieces were so small I couldn't tell if it was her. So that puts that mystery in there. And there's no doubt that damn license plate says fucking Eloise in it. You know what I mean? So I don't, but she's dead. We got it. That's just the fact. She's dead. Eloise is gone.
They're saying, and if people are curious, they're listening to this, what this is an AMA on Reddit with the 2 show creators.
Yeah, all right. The specific design of the talisman, like many things on the show, are a product of our amazing production and artists. The origins and the symbols were always intended to be a clue to the nature of the mythology. So people put it together. There is no Norse shit in there. The people just put it in there because they felt like they wanted to put it in there. And it was really just to represent Tabitha, Jade, and the children around them. It means nothing else. It's no Norse ruins. It's none of that. They just found stuff that they thought looked cool. They stuck it in there. They didn't have anything to do with it. It was just the production team who did it. They probably told them what it was about, and they came up with this, and they told them what it meant, and that was it.
Yeah, they gave them a design. They produced it. Done deal.
And that's it. Done deal. The reason our characters are trapped in From Town should be clear by now. If and how they may manage to leave is yet to be discovered.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier. They say it should be clear why everyone's trapped there by now.
That's not true. It's not clear why everyone is trapped.
To them it is, because they wrote the fucking thing.
It's not clear. And he said it should be clear. I don't understand how it should be clear. Wow. It shouldn't be clear. It's not clear. And while the clues are all over there, the why, we have a few fun things up our sleeves from that. It's not clear there at all. And then here's the last things. Confirmed doll Megan played with is not the dolls we see later on. I think anyone who thought it was, I mean, the dolls were actually thrown in the lake. So how would Megan get them? And that's when they turn big. So there's people making up dumbness. Confirmed Clara made a bargain before the Matthews family. Of course she did. She was there before. She said when she first arrived, she did it, and she was already there when they got there. So who wouldn't think that? I don't understand how anyone thought any other way. Confirm we very well may see the ballerina dance again. Yeah. I think that confirms that the nurse is supposed to look like the ballerina dancer. Confirm the birds are crows, not ravens. I don't know who thought they were ravens. It says it in the fucking credits when you watch it with subtitles, crows every time. So I don't know who thought they were ravens, but ravens are so much bigger than crows. I don't know. It was obvious they were crows. And confirm it's not all a dream. And if anything, it would be a nightmare. Now,
so it might be a dream. It might be a nightmare. What if anything, it's a nightmare? That's kind of an asshole way to answer that question, guys.
Yeah. So we already said that this could be in the nightmare realm and everything else. And that's still a possibility.
Isn't a nightmare technically a dream?
It is. It's a bad dream.
Yeah, isn't that playing the word game if it ends up being? But I think the intention of that answer was that no, it's not a dream at all. I think they were just trying to be funny, similar to like the AI destroying things comment. So yeah, that's the AMA. I suggest you look at it. There's a few other questions here and there about certain things. Like a couple of people throw on some weird theories and they avoid answering it. They're like, oh, that's interesting, ... And some part of me thinks those are the ones that end up being true, but it's definitely worth checking out and reading it Tony, what are your overall thoughts after that thing?
No, it is what I thought it would be. You know what I mean? They're not going to give away too much stuff. They just confirm a couple of things. They did to the MMA what they done to every other interview that they've ever given. And I think it just proves that, they have an ending in mind, but how they get there, they're not clear. And they're very fluid with what they do season per season. So, the Clara thing and everything else, I think was just added. And I think they heard it from somebody and they put that in there because they liked the idea of it. I don't think they came up with that on their own. And I'm sure there's other things in there that they didn't come up on their own. They heard and just threw it up in there because they liked it. You know what I mean? So it's just a very fluid show. And they'll never admit those things and stuff. And I understand that. But I just think it's a real fluid show and everything. But the ending will be their ending.
They also mentioned that we will see Doug again. They said you will see Doug again at one point was one of the answers. They mentioned the dogs. You will see the dogs again. You will find out information about who dragged the tent. Someone specifically asked them about the tent. They said stay tuned for information about that. So there was a couple little things. If people want to check it out again, you can just go on Reddit and search in the From group, and you can find it pretty easy.
100%. Make sure you hit that thumbs up for your boys. It's the #1 show for the fans, by the fan, the Escaping From podcast. Super chats always cut the line, which means you super chat, we will take your question above everyone else. We got Big E says, death, taxes, and the writing, screwing season show finales. Knicks world champs, I can die in peace, and Sophia can come and eat my organs now.
Oh my goodness, Big E.
There's a lot going on there. Listen, I agree with some of the stuff you're saying there 100%. Without a shadow of a doubt.
What part don't you? No, I'm kidding. And awesome. We've got a few other super chats I think came in along the way. Let's see. I think we got it. We got this one. Tony, I agree that the season gave the feeling of a longer season broken up into two, especially in the light of the finale.
Yeah, I said that in my review that they're taking the two seasons. This season 4 and 5, it's really one big season, and they're splitting it right down the middle. And this is where we start. And I think it's akin to the House of the Dragon that we just seen the last episode, where they set up the whole battle and they cut right before the battle, and then they started this season with the battle. But there's a big difference between House of the Dragon and this show. House of the Dragon was forced to do that, right? They were told to do that by HBO, like you need to cut 2 seasons off. So they weren't able to put that in there. This show is not being told to cut 2 seasons off, episodes off. I mean, 2 episodes off. They're not being told that you have to admit. So to me, it's not a valid it's a valid comparison, but the reasons behind it are not as valid.
Yeah, I think in this one they're specifically deciding to keep Julie on the sidelines at the end of the season because she could. I mentioned it before. It's the Hiro Nakamura thing from Heroes. You got to zap out his powers. He was too powerful in the story. So the minute he could do what he could do, he could stop Sylar. So problem solved. So you had to hamstring him so much. And they've hamstringed Julie with the wig and weed. And she's just a big fucking mess. And she can't do anything right now. And because I think she's going to be key to the final story. And I think they have their end game, as this final season's in an end game, and there was only so much they could get so far this season, so they had to put the hands up at a certain point in time with a couple of the storylines. I think one of them was mainly the Julie thing. I think that kind of proves your point right there. Tony, what you're having for dinner, says ask Sonic your boy. And Braun says, guess the spoilers were right. I'll take them.
I would say, and we got a gifted memberships from Mika. Thank you so much. I would say that, I had Philly cheesesteak for dinner tonight, actually. Ooh. And I got to walk that off as soon as I get off the street. I love this show. I'm someone who covered the show when it wasn't popular, when it wasn't profitable for YouTubers to cover it. I covered this show. And then once they seen me make it profitable, then other YouTubers jumped on there and said, let me get some of this money myself. That's the truth, right? So I got love for this motherfucking show. You know what I mean? And I love it. And I want it to be the best show it possibly can be. But I will say that ending it this way with this situation does not help the show whatsoever. And I think that they've they've given characters who don't deserve time too much time,
like Patty Melt
on the show, when they could have put that time towards somebody else
now.
in the show.
Now, Tony, we will, and I apologize because both of us will have moments tonight where we whinge a little bit, but we will also try to talk about the things that happened in the episode. So to couple this up with something that actually happened and what you think about this, at the end of the episode, one of the last things we see, the talismans get thrown into the faraway tree. The first question I have to ask, are any talismans left? Did what's her name? Clara?
Yeah, they got one talisman. Unless they grab the talisman on the way out of the tunnel that they brought down there.
Yeah, there's also one on the door of Colony House, right? By the sealed door.
Yeah, those would be the ones that are left. Besides that, there are no talismans left.
Okay, so what did you think of Sophia's plan for tossing the
I just don't. This shows that this is just a game, and that is just a piece in the game. Like the talismans are just they have no power.
No,
the talismans, they have zero power at all. They don't prevent the monsters from going in. Their monsters are told that, hey, when the talisman is up, you're not allowed to do it. That's a part of the game. Yeah. And if people want to start saying this, it seems like more of a simulation, like I said, or you want to say a video game type situation. That's exactly the way it's playing out, 100%. So, it is what it is. The more it goes on, the more I know that it's not magic in the end, and it's going to be proven when this is all. So I guarantee it. I see it. I see it in here. And let me grab something because I want to address something real quick. But go ahead, Phil.
Do you think the talismans are?
I'll answer when I come back.
Okay. Sorry. What I was going to ask Tony was, does he think that if the talismans that Sophia put in the big bag and threw them in the faraway tree, when they come back out the faraway tree, do they travel in time and go to Boyd where he originally found them? Is there like a loop situation right there where we wonder where Boyd got the originally got them? Did he get them from Sophia putting them in the faraway tree in the ridiculous loop? I'm not sure about that, but my fucking head spun like that. Now the talismans don't have any power. I do think I've been kind of saying that too, that I think the talismans have just been sort of a choice, like ghouls and recess. Like when you're playing
it has no magical. There's no magic in it. That's why Sophia goes, "Oh, what kind of magic is in this?" Because there is no magic in it. There's no magic in this shit. They're just items on the game board. Now, I told people that I would get this, right? I told them I would get it. And
you should wait to eat it though, because maybe
wait. Let me finish, Phil. You gotta let me finish. I told people I would get this, and I have it as promised. I would get this, and I told you I would eat this on this stream because of the whole situation. But, and there's a big but in this motherfucker. From the scene that I've seen with Donna, she's back on the fucking board. So the fact that Donna is back on the board,
you're ridiculous.
I am not going to eat this chip. It's pretty obvious to me that Donna is definitely a mole. I've always said it, and with her scenes with Henry, prove it to me once and forever that this is what it is, especially the way it was spelled out. So I'm not going to do that yet because I still think it's going to go down with Donna. So I'm not going to do it. Because I ain't gonna do it and then be like,
he's gonna stall. He's gonna let the hot.
I'm not gonna stall. I'm
let the hot, then return the chip and get a new one. Because
I am not. I am not. I'm telling you the truth. It's pretty.
You're gonna wait for the hotness to die. You're gonna open that up.
I know. I am telling the goddamn truth. The truth is the fucking monster entity or whatever in fucking Henry's head said that the place will provide you with the stuff in order to get the job done, and Donna was there trying to force him to go see Victor. That's the bottom line. She was there. Go visit Victor. Go to Victor. Oh, the gun is here. It's inside there. Like they said the place would provide you with the stuff, and Donna's the one who provided him with them. She provided him with the location of the gun and to go see Victor. So for that reason right there, that's not bullshit that I'm making up. That's what's in the show.
And,
it's still a chance that she's the fucking mole.
And Sophia has generally shown that she isn't afraid to do that to multiple people. But let's talk about something really good. I heard you talk about it in your review. I also think it was one of the best parts of the episode. I think we have to give Christy, the actress that plays Christy Chloe, some real awesome, like her performance today, like when she was holding the body and and it was dying, and Marielle in that moment kind of stepping up. This is one thing you say, who's going to draw? People said this to me in the chat. Who's going to draw guns and try to, when you're in a situation, even if it's not going to work, two people fired the guns at them tonight, and someone drew a knife. You're going to try in the moment anyway. But Boyd's wasting bullets all over the place and shooting at those things. But Christy really was awesome tonight. Like that moment emotionally got me. I heard you talk about that in a review. I know Marielle wasn't a big character, but you talked a little bit about that. That kill kind of got you a little bit, right?
Yeah. I mean, was the deaths appropriate for a season finale? Again, when I come at this episode, no, I'm coming at the episode as a season finale. You must always take that in context when I say what I say. If this was just episode 3, episode 4, episode 5, whatever, it would have been looked at to me differently. But when it's a season finale, season finales are supposed to do something. And when I look at the death specifically of Elgin and Marielle, put them both together in this situation, I cared more about the Marielle death. It did touch me that she died. But in the end, when you have a death of a character in a television show, at least if I was writing a television show, which I am right now, but when you have a death in the character of a television show, that death has to change the narrative going forward. That's what deaths do. It's just not to kill somebody off. It changes the narrative going forward. And when I look at these two people being killed, nothing is going to change. Whether they lived or died, everything would be the same. So what narrative are they going to be different now?
One thing is going to change. One thing's going to change in the Christy situation, and I'm horrified that this was my first thought. Kenny's back in the game.
That's not nothing, man.
Kenny's back in the game, Tony.
I'm glad he is back in the game. He can stay in that game.
He's back in the game.
But in the end, it doesn't change the story as a whole. Like when you see the Red Wedding and you kill all those characters, you see other people elevated and how that trickles down. When Khal Drogo dies in Game of Thrones, you see how that trickles down the story and the story keeps going. These deaths do nothing to change what's going forth in this show. Whether they were there or not, it would still end the same exact way. And that's why I think it's meaningless to kill these people.
So, Tony, let's just get into before we go any further, because I feel like we should give this, because I'm curious where we both stand on this. So I'm going to give 2 scores before I give your score. I'm going to give a score as an episode alone and then as the season finale. As this episode alone, I would give this same as I give most of this season, like a 7. As a season finale, I'm with you. It's more of like a 5. This isn't a good season finale, but it's an okay episode of the show. It's a horrible season finale, but
season finale. It's an okay
episode. It's an okay episode.
It gets a 4. It gets a 4 for me. And because again, the season finale is supposed to tie up loose ends. And if you want to open a new question, you can open it. But there was no loose ends that were tied up in this episode. You didn't figure out how the bones actually work. That wasn't tied up. You didn't tie up Marielle, her being chained up, and what she's seeing when she was being chained up. That's gone. You did nothing with the whole Elgin situation. That didn't mean anything. The golem didn't mean shit. They didn't show anything with the golem or anything. That didn't get changed. And I can keep going. The Acosta situation with her searching for something.
She did have the line of the night, though, when she told Patty Melt to shut you're going to have to tell her to shut the fuck up.
Well, that's great. I'm glad she had the line. I'm glad she had the line of the night. But in the end, that was another plot hole that wasn't a season finale. You got to close some of these potholes. You can't push them all to the next season. You need to close some of them. The story walking situation with Julie, that didn't pan out. All these things, you need to close some of them, and they've closed none of them. And for that reason, this thing gets a 4 for me. It only gets a 4 because I love the people who are on the show, or I would give it even less than that. And that's strictly because it's a season finale. Now, I'm not even going to judge it as a regular episode, because it's not a regular episode. It's a season finale, so it gets judged on that. And as for all the other season finales we've seen, the bus pulling up, What a great ending when you see the bus pulling up. You're like, oh shit, there's a whole bus full of people in this motherfucker now. Whether Tabitha wakes up in the real world and you're like, holy shit, she got pushed out the window. She's in the real world. Jim getting killed at the end by the man in yellow. Oh, main character, Jim, who was on to something, now he's dead. To a rocks being tossed in the goddamn tree is the last thing I see. You think I care that they don't have talismans? They didn't have talismans before, and they survived without them before, and they're gonna get put back on the board somewhere. I guarantee it. They're gonna be back on the board at some time in there. Someone just has to find them.
That's going to be one of the early missions of season 5. They're going to try to figure out where the faraway tree took them. I do want to talk a little bit about the end of this episode, the boy in white versus Smokey, the man in black. Boy in white.
Yeah, you'll have to explain that
versus Jacob. And the Jacob and the man in black, because I know that is a big comment in most of your comment section of your video. Jacob and the man in black. We'll get into this a little bit more in the recap. But in Lost, I'm going to do very quick Lost. If you don't want any Lost spoilers, hold on for a second. A lot of the island is about these two people that are brothers, Tony, Jacob and Smokey. Smokey becomes this creature that can turn into all the forms of all the dead people on the island, and also a black smoke monster. And they're in a competition, a game for the souls of the island, essentially. So that's very beat point. I'm being very vague about it. I'm not going to get too into it. I'll save that for a video I'm working on about Lost connections with From. But this scene was very Lost. Was very much like old friend. What do we think the relation of these two are? Are they brothers? Are they frenemies? I don't think they're friends. But it was very reminiscent of Lost.
They're definitely friends. I mean, they strolled down the fucking park. They just need to hold hands.
Yep.
They just need to hold hands. They're definitely friends, and they're definitely playing the game. You're not going to win this time. Aha, I got the tree. I got the talismans. That's friendly. That was not friendly. That was as friendly.
It's like you and me playing Hungry Hungry Hippos when we're kids. It's like, oh, next time I'll win. I'll beat you. I'll get Candyland. I'll win.
Yeah, or just something playing fucking Monopoly. Like, hey, man, hey, I got Boardwalk and Park Place. Yeah, but
I'm getting Boardwalk and Park. I'll fuck you up.
Yeah. Well, you already got it, and then it would be like,
I want money and free parking, Tony. I want fucking money and free.
No, it'd be more like you got Boardwalk and Park Place, and then me saying, well, I got Kentucky and Indiana. OC wins. Like, they both have something, and that's what they're both going with this whole situation here. That means they're friends, and that means this whole thing's friends. And when you look at the picture of the man in white, the boy in white in the opening credits, he looked like the man in yellow, and he's the same age of him and shit. You know what I mean? So they probably, and we heard Sarah say that he's probably not a boy. So you know what I mean, and everything. And the first line he says, "Oh, look at you growing up," right? Yeah, that's a friendly line. You don't say it to someone you're enemy with. You make fun of him and shit. Getting old, motherfucker. You say something like that. But look at you growing up.
I think I'm gonna win this time. Well, I got the tree. Well, I got the talismans. Well, I got the bones. Ha 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 ha. But I guess we do find out that the bones are important in some ways because it does get mentioned in that scene. My biggest problem with that scene was it didn't have enough room to breathe. You spend a lot of time on some other stuff in the episode. You could have extended that scene a little bit. If we're going to have a scene and it's all going to be based around this game, why don't we spend a little bit more time understanding their dynamic instead of all this speculation about it? Because you had time in the episode. You had a moment. You had 2 episodes here. You could have carved a little bit more time instead of the last 30 seconds of the episode with this, if it's going to be something super important. And that's one of the things you got to avoid from something else. Don't make it vague. If you have these 2 creatures, these beings, these whatever, these aliens, these sub forces, these fairies, these whatever the hell they are, or fucked up humans, whatever the hell they are, let's actually learn a little bit about them for an extended period of time. And rather than just one vague scene, because to Tony's point, I'm going to defend this episode against Tony as much as I can tonight because I didn't hate it as much. I bet I gave it a 6, which is low for me. But I can't defend just like this vague point that they put at the end with this scene that it's just like, okay, like it just doesn't hit as hard as the other things that they've done in the past. And I want to know more and don't create more questions, Tony. You know, it just turns it into So yeah, they're friends. They're both evil, which confirms that the boy in white is a dark kind of situation for me. But
if he's playing a game with people's lives, he's evil. No matter, and people could try to say, "Oh, he's trying to help them. He's playing the game with people." That's bad.
He's a
You
selfish.
know what I mean? You can't. It's the same thing when people like I told people like Bran Stark is body snatching Hodor, and they're like, "Oh, but he's doing it for the bed." No, he's body snatching him. It's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. He's not doing a good thing taking over somebody's body. And then they even show in the books that he sees Hodor in his own head curled up in the ball, scared to death. But he still allowed himself to do it because he felt good and he wanted to fight and shit. So they look at him like, oh, Bran's a good guy. No, Bran's a piece of shit for doing that. And that's the bottom line. And the boy in white would be the same situation. He's playing a game with people's lives. You're a bad person, no matter how much you try to help.
Speaking of a really bad person or a bad cop, is Kenny the worst cop in the history of the world? So I just want to set up the situation briefly. We'll talk about this in the recap when we break it down. But Henry goes into the police office, starts making all this noise. Boyd, Kenny, and then starts bashing things around. It's like, messing around with shit, trying to like throw stuff around, finds the gun, puts the gun in his pocket. Then Kenny finally comes out and goes, oh, hey, Henry, I didn't know you were here. Like, dude, you're in the other room and he's yelling your name and searching around through a desk. Kenny, and he's like falls asleep with Sophia earlier in the season. Kenny is Don Knotts, the dumb cop. He's just like a joke. He's just like a joke of an officer, dude.
Kenny should have been gone a long time ago. He's not built for this life. He's not. None of them are. The only one who seems like they are is Boyd in his way, but everybody else. And this is another thing I have about this episode too. It's like, where was Boyd this episode? Like, there was no powerful Boyd moment. There was no Boyd trapped in the well or Boyd killing the music box. It was no powerful Boyd moments in here. Basically, just shot a piece of stick and then left. And that was his moment for the episode.
His moment with Chrissy was probably the most powerful, but it was more about her in the.
That was Chrissy's moment. I'm saying, where's the Boyd moment that we've seen? Where's the breaking of the music box? Where's the well situation? Where's the Boyd moment? We did not have a Boyd moment in here because they focused on other characters that they shouldn't have focused on.
Tony, which would have been the greatest Boyd moment of the entire episode and the greatest episode of the season if he had just, the moment Patty was freaking out in the car, throwed her ass out of the car. When I
would have kicked that. Listen, she wouldn't have even made it in the car. Like, when she freaked out, I said, go. It's time to go. Let her stay here and freak out. Let her go. Let her go. She's got to go. And I don't need to see her anymore. I don't need to see her. I don't want to see her. I didn't ask for this character, and I don't want to see this character ever again. Like, I don't care what she does. There's no need to see her ever again. She would have never made it in the car with me, and I would have just got it and said drive. And if no one drove, I would have put the gun to him and said fucking drive right now. And we're leaving her here. We got no time for these people like that. You can't have around. Those are the people you have to chain to the bed. They're gonna open the door because they're gonna freak out with the monsters. You can't fucking trust them. She's got to stay. She's broken. She's gone. Let's stay there, and that's it. She's never getting the fucking car in the first. They should have never put her in the car. If she should have shot somebody, if you want to make her effective, she should have shot and killed somebody in the car, not the window. She should have been in that car, freaked out, and killed somebody.
Was she trying to shoot herself and she missed and hit the window?
Yeah, she missed and hit the window. She should have hit somebody else, should have got killed in there because of her stupidity.
Patty is maybe one of the most annoying characters I've seen on my screen in a long time in any television show ever. That's amazing, and that's a credit to that actress, but it was horrible. Like, I was screaming. Someone again, Acosta was speaking for the world with, Boyd, shut her the living fuck up. So, yeah. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that point.
We want to take some of these super chats.
Let's take some of these super chats, but because we got a little bit. We started early tonight.
You gonna do them, or you want me to?
I can get it. I can pull them up. And Carla, I'm with you. I didn't hate it as much as people, but I can't defend it too much. Michael says, and thank you, Michael, for the super chat. Should they put Henry in the box? They need to bring that back. As I can think of some others that should be in the box. Do you think we'll ever see the box again?
I'm gonna tell you straight up. If I'm in there, and if it was me in that situation, Henry's got to shoot the fair one with me. Like, it's a done deal. Like, there's no way around it. There's no talking yourself out of it. I would say, Henry, get the fuck downstairs. You're gonna shoot the F1 with me. You got to give me this fair one on this motherfucker right now. And we squaring up right now, and I'm knocking you the fuck out for being stupid. That's what he should get. He should get the fair one shot with him. But I don't know if we're going to Baca say he's crazy and everything else, and he wasn't in his right mind. But even so, the dude got to shoot the fair one with me. I'm gonna have to knock him out for that one.
Yeah. And I thought Victor was about to do that anyway. And Victor, when he's angry, is very scary. And we finally saw Victor scared tonight. We have Mika, the wonderful Mika. Why do you think she threw him in the tree like that? Because she's trying to get them back to the way they used to be, where they have to hide in holes in the forest and just to make things even more horrible and to make them kill themselves. And so.
Which is against the plot that we were told. And this is the thing about this episode. Like, that's against the plot. The whole plot from that we heard is, this is my favorite part, when they tear each other apart. Now you're setting it up so the monsters could tear them apart. So that's not your favorite part. Your part is the town people are supposed to tear each other apart. They're the ones who do it. But it's really set up for them to be scared to death and the monsters to come in there and raid and kill
the monsters to rip them apart.
So it doesn't really make sense to me like that.
We got designs with an X. The town deserves to lose, if you ask me. None of them work together or communicated, and they're irresponsible with their own safety. I agree.
I agree. They do deserve to lose.
Maybe they're there to defeat the man in yellow. And thank you, Real Rebel Eric. Maybe they're there to defeat the man in yellow. Boy in white has a team just like Jacob in Lost. Man in Yellow has a team just like Smoke Monster. Both of them manipulate and do their bidding. Sounds familiar. I think it could be something like that. I wonder if they can't hurt each other. Maybe they're frenemies, they're friends, but just like, again, Jacob and Smokey seem to be friends. They were playing a game of not chess, what were they? Some game, whatever it was, backgammon. And but they couldn't technically hurt each other because of some weird rule, and they need to get other people to do it and other sort of things. So maybe it's similar where the boy in white can't do anything with the bones. He needs to try to get the people to do it. The man in yellow can't do anything with the tree himself, but can get them to do it. So there's some sort of back and forth situation with that. And I think we got all those super chats, but we got a couple more come in from Philly Lady. Thank you, Philly Lady. And Boyd should have left Scarface standing there while telling her to say hello to my little friends.
That would have been it. I would have smacked her with the pistol, knocked her unconscious so she didn't feel herself die, and drove off.
And from downtown says, Kenny is Barney Fife from the Andy Griffith Show. He really is. He's the bumbling deputy. And he owns that role, but he showed it again tonight. When he comes out, he's like, oh, yeah, look at the lightning outside. Yeah, kind of obvious. But not obvious that the dude in the door next, in the room right next door to you that was rummaging through the open lock draws to pull out a gun is whatever. And after Donna's just like, oh, yeah, those are bullets. And by the way, the gun of that, if you want to know, is in the sheriff's station.
No, Donna's the mole, man. She's giving it up. I'm telling you that it's going to go down. She is the mole.
That was suspicious as fuck. I'll be with you on that one, Tony. That was suspicious as fuck. Real Rebel Eric also, thank you so much for all the generosity. We really do appreciate it. Tony was right. Boy in white is bad. Yeah, that was one Tony and I were both on early. Since season 1, I've been calling the boy in white evil, and Tony's been basically saying the same. It would be too cliche to have him just be good. I think neither one of them are truly evil or good. They're both just selfish, Tony. I think they're selfish to their own agenda. They're almost like those dudes in Trading Places where they have a bet for $1 and they don't care what happens to Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy.
That is a great analogy of it. That is exactly what's going on here. This is a Trading Places.
This is a bet for like $1 between the two of them, and they don't give a shit what happens to I'm blanking on the two characters' names. We'll call them Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah.
Billy Ray and I forget Dan Aykroyd's name.
It's Billy Ray and
Dan Aykroyd.
I can't think of Dan Aykroyd's character's name.
It doesn't matter.
It's a pompous name.
It's stupid. It's like Philip or something like that, but it's not Philip. Yeah, it's some shit like that. Great movie, by the way.
Yeah, Voldemort. Voldemort was the butler.
Yeah, it was one of the other dudes. And anyways, it'll pop into our head.
Lewis.
Thank you. Lewis.
How are you doing, Billy Ray? Feeling good, Lewis.
Great fucking movie.
Best Christmas movie ever fucking made, man.
It's definitely up there. It's fucking amazing. We got a question right here. Speaking of the mole, Tony, what time are you eating the hot chip? One more quick announcement before we get into this.
I've already explained that.
Okay, Tony is under a technicality. Tony is not.
No, it's not a technicality.
It's a technicality.
Not a technicality. It's a fact.
No,
The fact.
in fairness, I'm going to say this for you, Tony. Beyond anything else, like what, it's not fair to answer this any bet about this show till the series is over, till it's completely over and the answers are done. That being said, if you want to eat the chip for fun, like if we get enough donations tonight, then Tony.
Well, if someone gave me, give me $1,000 donation, I'll eat the chip. That's it, but yeah, that's what I'll do it for a G right now. But besides that, I ain't eating that motherfucker.
Okay, fair.
Because I'm not wrong. If I'm wrong, I'll eat it. I bought the shit. I have it in stock. I bought it to eat it until the episode aired. And once I seen that, I said, wait a second here.
Fair. No, very fair.
And
Very
that's
fair.
what it is.
So who do you think House Amityville is? You think that's Julie? Julie?
Yeah, it's Julie. It's Julie. Guarantee it's Julie. Guarantee it's going to be Julie.
Do you think there's any significance to the creatures? And this is something else I randomly said early on, and I guess I'm glad to be right. One of the few answers we got tonight. Big answers we got tonight, I guess, even if you want to call it a big answer. The creatures can't go out in the light. They physically can't. Do you think it hurts them like gremlins, or do you think they're just, it's another rule, like they can't go out in the light, Tony? Do you think it actually physically?
This is something that,
But Fatima was out in the light. For whatever it's worth, Fatima.
It's inconsistencies, I think, in the mythology with it. And I think that that's what it comes down to in the end. It's just, we've seen the smile monster and nothing happened to him, but I guess you could say he wasn't in that body anymore or something. But it's just, to me, it's inconsistent. You got to be more consistent about it.
Fatima is the one that weirds me out, because I think once her pulse was all like that and they sort of took her pulse, she was already a creature at that point. She didn't turn into a creature in this episode. She was a creature for a few episodes, and she was out in the sun. So I wonder, like, do they melt like gremlins, whatever? But either way,
I will say this though, when I looked at it and the way the actors like pulled away from the light, it wasn't believable. Like,
you didn't believe the cowboy?
I didn't believe both of them when it looked like the light hurt him. It just didn't look good to me when they did it. It just didn't look right. There's something wrong there.
What did look kind of good was Victor getting angry. Victor, when he was getting angry at Henry and tackled him and got like, it was really scary when someone like Victor gets all fucking pissed off and angry. But that whole scene was a little weirdly shot, where Tony talked about this in his review, and I agree. I made mention of it too. Like, Ethan comes in for a second, and Henry has like the clear shot, and he hesitates, and then Ethan comes in, and then
it's a stupid ending. It was a stupid ending.
Like tackles him or something. It was
a stupid ending to that whole plot. They could have did something so much better. If you're gonna have the gun, if you're gonna pull a gun, you gotta have someone get shot. That's it. That's the only way it works. You have to shoot Ethan.
Ethan should have. I was just going to say that. I don't want to be.
You had to shoot him. If you're going to do that, and he's going to make that mistake, if you're going to put weight on that scene, you need to have shot Ethan. And he blocks it, and he accidentally hits Ethan. And that is the thing that snaps him out of the whole thing. It has to be something like that. And if it doesn't go down like that, you know what I mean? That is when we get problems with the show. And since somebody said it. I mean, we'll because I feel the same.
Oh, I say it again. You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok. This is what he does.
Now, the thing that's really interesting here, you just treaded on something that could have been a really interesting cliffhanger going into the next season. So imagine at the end of this situation, Ethan gets shot. Christy is completely off the wagon and disappeared because she's dealing with Marielle's death. So now you have to deal with a situation where Christy's nowhere to be found, and Ethan is getting ready to die, and not die, he's shot, and he needs some treatment. Maybe he even gets shot in the shoulder or something, like not that.
Yeah, listen, the Tony Teflon version of the show is better.
In this situation, for sure.
It's better if they would have did that, and you have to go into it with stakes. You shoot Ethan. You need a reason to snap Henry out of it, right? Victor tackling you to the bed is not something that should snap you out of it, right? And you need to do some damage to somebody else to prove, holy shit, I've been had by this fucking place. And Ethan coming in there should be the reason why he did it. Victor should have rushed him. The gun goes off. It shoots Ethan, and that snaps him out. Now Henry, oh my God, look what I fucking did to Ethan. All that shit was bullshit. I really am here. Then he has a reason to snap out of this shit. Him getting tackled and to the bread with Victor is not a reason enough to do it. And they're going to make that reason enough. And it really isn't.
Well, we'll see how he acts in the next season, but we avoided talking about him for a while, Harris. So let's talk. God, Elgin, I love you. I know you went out with your pride, but again, you didn't even make a run for it, dude.
No fucking pride here.
No run. Like he didn't. And when someone asks you if you're a god, Ray, you say yes. Lie to her. Say you're gonna join her little fucking club and get the fuck out of there, dude. Get the fuck out of there.
It's obvious how you do it. All you gotta do is fucking just say, I'm on your side. What do we gotta do?
That's what I say, dude. Whatever you say.
It's not hard. And the whole thing is, it's not a hard decision. It's an easy way. You know you're gonna die. It's like you're in a situation. You know you're gonna die anyway. So what are you gonna do? You got to take the other deal. Like this chick isn't fucking Monty Hall. All right. There's no 3 doors. There's only 2.
There's no songs.
One door is you're gonna die. The next door is you're gonna join me. So the choice is, there's no door 3. So it's pretty easy. I'm with you. Hail Caesar. Whatever you want to say. I'm rocking with you. And then you double agent her. And that's it.
No whammies.
You go to Boyd when no one's around. You say, listen, I've been the man in yellow, blah, blah, blah. You tell them the whole fucking shit, and then you're the double agent. And if you die being a double agent, so what? You would have been dead anyway. Yep. But you could have had a chance to help someone. But instead, he just goes in the back, and she's got her big fucking bodyguard, Clara, guarding the door. What the fuck Clara gonna do? What Clara gonna do?
Elgin, you're a big boy.
I would have fucking hit her like Ray fucking Lewis. I would have knocked her ass out with my shoulder and ran through that. What the fuck Clara gonna do
like
to me?
LT hitting Joe Theismann, dude.
Yeah, what are you gonna do to me, Clara? Standing guard. The fuck are you? God damn it. That chick would have wobbled like a weeble when I hit her ass. I guarantee it. And she would have seen me coming Olayed and just got the fuck out the way. She didn't want no part of that.
The show creator answered question about Elgin too in that AMA. They asked why Elgin made those stupid decisions. She said, they said he spent too much time alone with his grandmother drawing pictures of owls.
Yeah, that means
like that was literally their answer, Tony.
Well, that answer is stupid. And the thing is that they just made him stupid, and they've consistently made him stupid.
We've got our first phone call tonight. Area code 812. What's your name? Where you're calling from? And what's your question or comment?
Well, you have a lot of questions. My name is Megan.
Who the hell are you, Megan? Who?
Who are you?
Who?
Well, y'all, I just want to say that, of course, you don't need to eat the hot chip yet. The season ain't over. It's not over till Claire sings. And I don't think anybody guessed that Ryan, Felipe, and White and freaking Sophie Michelle Gellar would be playing Cruel Intentions. Nobody had that guessed as what's actually going on in this show. But I'm not mad at it. I'm just a little confused, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know if the monsters were tricking them at the end, like letting them get away. When I say them, I mean Tabitha and Jade.
Yeah. Because
I felt, didn't we see them in the sun one time? Wasn't it sunny out, or wasn't the sun coming out when Boyd did the worms, right? Like when he put the worms on Smiley and he
when he put worms on Smiley, it was nighttime, and when he escaped the place, it was nighttime because he had the torch and he had to put it out so the monsters didn't see it.
Okay, I was thinking the sun was coming up or something, like because the other creatures just like walked away, but I might be wrong on that. But there was a lot going on. I didn't know where this episode was going. I'm not someone who like thinks I need more answers. We're getting it very, very slowly, especially if you watch from season 1, episode 1, or you watch people who watch it and they don't know anything that we know. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But, so confused about the boy in white and like the man in yellow. Like the man in yellow is more powerful, right? Is that what we're supposed to assume?
They have different power sets.
I don't even think there's one that's more powerful than the other. I think they like playing this game. As Phil said, this is a trading spaces type game that they're playing for $1.
But I do think both of them have different skill sets or powers. Maybe one of them controls those earthquakes. One of them controls the trees. One of them controls something. One of them controls. I do think they probably both have certain elements of powers, like the boy in white can zip around, the man in yellow can shapeshift or whatever, you know, some sort of shit like that. But ultimately, yeah, Tony, they're oh my goodness, huge super chat. We'll get to that in a second. But
Can we
yeah.
put the call-in number in the chat? I don't think people know. Okay, the mods put the call-in number in the chat. Phil, I gotta take this real quick. Can you hold it down for me?
I will.
I'm
No
sorry.
problem. Okay. I guess he didn't want to talk to Glue Guns N' Roses.
I know. Damn it. I'm so mad. But okay, so what is your interpretation? Because I just joined the live, y'all. Sorry, my AC went out last night. I had to go get a new AC. It was so crazy, so I stayed in the hotel.
Ask one more time, because you know, I'm like short-term memory loss. What were we talking about again?
Okay, I need to know what was that lightning in the sky?
Okay,
like,
the lightning in the sky. I think they were.
What do you think that was?
I think they were trying to move the island, and like this. Oh, whoops, wrong show. Shit. I don't know. I mean, I think that's all part of whatever the man in yellow was saying is the weird perpetuation of, by pulling out that tree, it starts the end game cycle. It was just showing maybe it's his way of controlling it, of just like the cycle of the weather. I tend to think that is part of what the man in yellow can do.
Okay, because I don't know, like, so for me, if the boy in white had not said, like, it's bad news, or Victor had not said, it's bad news, you take the tree down, if that was taken out of the show, to me, it seems like they're doing the right thing, because they got the lightning bolt to the sky, just like Hunger Games. Somebody's going to swoop down and rescue them. I don't know. It seems like
you
it's
thought the
right
lightning
way.
bolt was like a good thing, like Thor was going to come down and fucking save him or some shit?
Yeah, but I don't think that, because the boy in white obviously said, like, when no one else was around, just, you know, him and the Sophia, he said that, like, it was placed as like not good, or shown as not good. So I don't know, or maybe the lightning bolt was good, but now they can't finish it because of the tree. Because to me, it says rituals, so they all already didn't do the ritual right. So are they just effed for, like, there's no coming back now? You know, what's going on?
I think maybe they found a wild Pokemon, like there's a Pikachu in there, and he was just freaking out, was going Pikachu. No, I don't.
Why didn't I think of that?
I mean, I think that's the key. Someone's playing Pokemon Go down there. They found a Pikachu. But I think it's probably just part of. Do you think the question I have to ask is did it have any powerful significance of any kind, or was it just a way of psychological warfare against the people? I mean, I think the skies going dark obviously had some strategic advantages of some kind, you know, because it allowed the monsters to come out in that moment. But the lightning itself, was it just fireworks to kind of scare people and put people into a weird sort of state? I'm not sure.
Yeah, and so the lightning caused it maybe to go dark, and the earthquake that shook the talisman off of Marielle's wall.
See,
maybe I don't know. I just watched it one time.
The earthquakes, I'm convinced, were the boy in white, like something that was causing protection, because they were very fortuitous earthquakes. Like right before Jade and Tabitha were about to be captured, the earthquakes rumbled, or maybe they were the man in yellow because he wants Jade and Tabitha to succeed for some reason. Like, this is where it gets hinky and weird, because we're just kind of throwing at dartboards. I'm not sure if there's enough information to kind of make an accurate guess on what's going on, because there was a lot of multiple threads thrown in there about possibilities. I think
nobody in town that I remember said anything about the lightning in the sky. They all saw it, but there was like so much processing at the time, right?
No, I don't. No one mentioned the lightning.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to let you go and let someone else call in. I don't have any clues. The only thing I'm still going to stand by is Julie story walking is the reason we get weird, timey, like crossover things.
Oh,
I think whenever she story walks, I still believe this. Whenever she story walks, she goes back in time and something else comes to the current time. Like the wedding ring that Boyd dropped on the steps happened when she story walked, or Jim being pushed forward, or being seen by Ethan happened when she story walked. But besides that, I really don't know. It could be aliens. It could be, like I said, cruel intentions. Y'all, I don't know. So
I like the cool intentions side of that. But anyways, always great to talk to you, Glue. Talk to you next time.
Bye.
Bye. We got another call from area code 917. Welcome to the show. What's your name? Where are you calling from? And what's your question or comment about this episode?
Hey. This is Sugar Pooh calling from Michigan.
Hey, welcome to the show.
How you doing, Phil?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. Well, listen, this is my thing. This is what it keeps going through my head over and over and over again. I think that Sarah brother and Tilly was actually the man in yellow in the beginning. The reason why I think really Tilly, because she did touch Fatima's stomach. I think season 3, episode 3. She touched her stomach. And you know how Sophia's been touching people and being able to do different things. I also think that in the colony house, they're not really going to need the talisman. I think that thing that Fatima built is probably going to be something that protects that house.
Yeah, that the golem thing is going to protect them in some ways.
Because all the talismans are gone, except for the one that's in the clinic. I know that's still there, right?
I want to talk about your Tilly thing for a second, because I know a lot of this I'll play with it for a second, because we do know that Fatima was pregnant before Smiley died, right? And then at one point, something had to sort of convert the situation to the smile to little Smiley baby. So if theoretically possible that where we saw Tilly touch the thing, I tend to think that Tilly might be nothing, but it is a fun theory that is created. I like it. I like where your mind.
Yeah, because they both was killed on accident. They, it wasn't like a major, somebody just killed them to kill them. They both were killed on accident.
Yep.
So that just took him out of it, and he wasn't expecting it. You know what I mean?
Certainly.
So yeah, I really think that's how it's going down, or what happened anyway.
I like it. I like it. And as for the golem possibly protecting them, I sure hope you're right, because if we never hear a word about that fucking golem thing again, it'll be wasted time on the show. It'll be just wasted energy that could have been spent.
Because she was already feeling it. You know what I mean? She was feeling something. She was feeling the monsters. She can see the monsters. I believe she wanted to protect her husband. You know what I mean? I feel like she built something to protect him, but she didn't want to tell nobody what it was for.
Yep, I am with you. Great call, and I hope you. Well, I was gonna say call in next week, but we'll be doing a lot of after season shows. But please stick around and call back in later if you want.
All right, thank you, baby.
Bye
bye.
Awesome call. And let's take a look. We got a huge super chat from let's see this one. Where is it? Let me find this thing. From Andrium. Just tuned in. Why can't they listen to the fans? Oh, thank you, 207. Oh, thank you. Just tuned in. Why can't they listen to the fans? Familia theories go deeper. From needs to be riskier. Stop stretching it out. Leave us wanting more. Bit of a letdown. Teflon TV doesn't disappoint. Stay sexy. Thank you for that huge super chat. We really
100% really appreciate you, man.
950 more, and Tony eats the chip tonight.
Yeah, that is really appreciate that. Man.
Thank you so much.
100%. You know what I mean? And I agree. Listen, if you're gonna take stuff, take the shit I'm telling you, man. Or at least let me give. That's what you can do. Just let me look at the before you do it, man.
Yeah, 1 second.
Changes for you.
Here we go. This is area code 513. Welcome to the show, 513. What's your name? Where you're calling from? And what's your question or comment?
What up, guys? It's Nick Nack.
Hey, Nick Nack. Welcome to the show, buddy.
Nick Nack with the great fucking sound.
Yeah, right once it pops out, it's like, oh, okay. Thank you, Nick Nack.
Hey, man. I gotta agree with Tony on this episode. Like as a writer, I'm sure you would know what I'm saying here. Is like you got to give us a little bit of something with this episode here. Like there's too many loose ends. I agree with you. There's too many loose ends in the season that, without giving away the answers of the whole show, they could have wrapped up a little bit for us. You know what I mean? I just wanted to say that, but I do have a question.
Yep.
Other than what's up with them showing us that the talismans are a bunch of bullshit, and then just ending the episode with Sophia dropping them down. Was that like kind of a belief thing? I guess.
I think they don't mean shit. I think when Sophia, and I said it when the episode when Sophia said, "Oh, what kind of magic is in these things?" I said she was just playing. Yeah. When she said it, that's why she said that shit, because she know they don't mean shit. There's no magic in these things. It's just a piece of the game board. The monsters know when they're in there, they're not allowed to go in there, and that's just part of the rules to the game.
It seemed odd to me that they would end the episode with Sophia dropping the talismans in after showing us they don't really mean shit. Maybe it's just a belief thing, but Hey, here's my real question for you guys though, because I was listening in, and do you think when the boy in white at the end was saying, you're gonna lose this time, do you think that he was talking to the man in yellow, like as in a game, like you're gonna lose to me, or was he saying that you're gonna lose against the people of the town?
The game.
I think it's him. I'd say he's going to lose against him. It's him that he's going to lose against.
Okay. Because when I watched the episode, I was like, oh, I thought he was basically saying like, yeah, you're gonna lose to people.
But the whole thing is that those pawns in there are the man in white's pawns.
Yeah, by losing to them, he's actually losing to the boy in white. Like the boy in white is his chess pieces, Tony, are the people in the town.
They're in the town.
Yeah.
So he loses.
I'm gonna stick with the uncle in white, man.
Yeah, the uncle in white is better.
It just seems. I think you're kind of dead on with it. Like it seems like they were trying to do the whole split the season into like they're trying to make 4 and 5 one big season. They're splitting it down.
Yeah.
But
you know. And maybe on the binge it's a better situation, but for someone who has to sit back and watch, it's not as good. You know what I mean?
Yeah. For people that, and that's what I brought up. That's why I brought up like the talismans. It's like for people that aren't, on here live streaming and talking about it all the time, it just seemed like it might be a little confusing, Yeah.
And I think and people, when they make shows nowadays, you have to be aware of this. Is this a binge show or a weekly series, a yearly series that comes out? Because if it's a binge show, then you can do seasons like this and someone can binge it all at one time and then it'll be different. But from when it's a yearly to 2-year season, you don't leave it in a space like this. You have to be aware of that situation.
I agree. Hey, man, it's funny. I found you. I found your YouTube in the middle of season 2. And I was at work when I found you, and you were live at the time, and you were talking about eating the chip. And it's like, now we're coming back. Now we're actually going to see you eat this chip. And for a while I was like, man, I kind of want to see him eat the chip. But now I'm kind of like, man, I don't really want to watch you eat this chip here, Tony, because I love you, man. I love your channel.
I appreciate it.
We don't want to see Tony cry. No one wants to see Tony cry.
I appreciate it. I planned on eating it. That's why I bought it, to eat it. This shit costs $20. You know what I mean? I bought it to eat this motherfucker. You know what I mean? Without a shadow of a doubt. But after the episode, I don't think anyone could say that it's still not a possibility that Donna's the mole. I mean, when you have the thing say to him, they're gonna provide you with everything you need to get it done. And Donna's the one who provides him with everything. Why wouldn't you think that's the case?
Yeah, I was thinking that when I was watching it. She gave that up a little too. Like, why are you telling this guy this stuff? You've seen the state he's in. You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? So I agree with you, man. I agree with you. Hey, I'm gonna let other people call in, but I had to come on here and just ask that question,
Yeah, we appreciate you, man. We appreciate you.
Hell yeah. Have a good night, guys.
Good to hear from him.
Do we have any other super chats we need to get to? I want to get through and everything else.
Let's take we're getting a lot of calls tonight. Area code 207. What's your name? Where are you calling from? And what's your question or comment?
Hey, it's Molly from Maine again.
Hey, Molly.
What's going on, Molly from Maine?
Hey. So yeah, not gonna lie, I was pretty disappointed. Overall, I mean, I was actually very upset when Mariel died. I did cry, but I'm kind of a empathetic person, even to fictional characters. So
I got more upset with Christy's reaction rather than the death of Mariel. Like seeing her react to it made me a little misty.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just she acted her ass off in that scene. That was
for sure, 100%.
Oh yeah, she's great, and listen, she looks good in that movie she's putting out too. She looks good in that little horror movie that I've seen that she's shown clips of. I think she looks good. She's a good actress. She's a good actress, and she did. It's when you do a crying thing, it's very easy to be cheesy in that scene, right? It's very easy for it, and it was very believable what she did.
Yep, for real, dude.
I definitely agree, but I have another point that I don't necessarily think that. I understand the whole game theory. It really comes off very Lost like, which clearly there's a lot of parallels there. But
a few.
I think I don't know. I think the boy in white. I think he, what the last caller had suggested to begin with, is correct. I think he was saying that you're not going to win this time. Like the people will get free. I wonder if he's been around since the very beginning of all this, and I don't know, something happened, and he just ends up coming back every cycle.
He's the seventh kid. He's the other kid. He's the last kid.
Yeah. What happened here? What I believe happened here? These buddies got together. Whatever it seemed, from what it seems like, that somehow they must have got together and say, "Hey, let's play a game, and we'll see who wins." I'm gonna go to these townspeople. I'm going to convince them they could live forever. Oh, no, you can't convince them they'll live forever. I bet you I could. I bet you they'd be willing to sacrifice their children to live forever. Oh, they wouldn't do it. You want to bet? And this is how the bet starts. And the game has progressed since then. That's what it seems like they're doing.
Well, I mean, that's definitely fair for sure. I mean, I don't know why. I just like so much don't want to believe that it's a direct, Jacob and
Smokey.
Smokey again. But yeah,
it's obvious they're going to find some different wrinkle to it. I mean, they can't be brothers. They can't be one of them didn't get thrown into the sorry, Lost people. I'm spoiling it all over the place. But yeah, I mean, I assume it's gonna be different. Someone called me out on the audio cast. They're like, Phil, I'm watching Lost for the first time. You're an asshole. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Well, that's your fault, right? If I say something about the goddamn Sanford and Son, the shit been out since the 70s, man. All right. If you just got into it, that's on
been
you.
out 20 plus years.
If I sing a song from Michael Jackson, Thriller, and you say, wait a second, I just bought that album. I wanted to listen to it myself. Motherfucker, it's been out since the 80s.
Fair.
I don't want to hear this shit no more.
Fair. There's a statute of limitations with spoilers.
For real. Agreed. But I definitely get it. And Lost is like such an investment of time.
Yes.
Because
there's so many damn episodes.
Rewatch it.
Yeah.
And I made it to halfway through season 3, I think. And I was like, yeah, I need a break.
Yeah, too much Dharma Initiative at that point. You're like eating the airplane cravings. But yes, no, I hear you. And it's just because there's so many episodes and stuff. People think filler episodes exist now, when there was 20 episodes a season. It was even more ridiculous. But I think this is going to be something different. But it is familiar. It's definitely familiar.
So yeah, definitely. I mean, Fatima for MVP for And I'm sorry, I guess she was always gonna turn into a monster. That's a bummer, but at least she helped them get out. I also feel like Ellis kind of stepped it up a bit this episode.
He did something.
He finally did something.
He went with him. He went with him and got dragged away screaming.
Yeah, that's true. Very true. Although, I mean, of course he wasn't gonna want to leave her behind, but. Yeah, no, I mean, it just definitely
he made a few comments.
Like a mid-season.
If I'm dating a woman, right, and I'm out at dinner with her, and she smiles at me, and then all of a sudden her head turns around 360 like the Exorcist, I'm out the fucking door. Like, I don't give a fuck. How good looking I thought you were. I got to go now. Like, and when you see this chick's teeth come out like fucking and she looked like Baraka from fucking Mortal Kombat, it's time to go.
Fatality. Oh my
time
God.
to go. You got to get out of there. What the hell are you looking at, bro?
Oh shit! Oh my god, you're too funny. Yeah, no, I was the one that called in and hung up, but you guys were just getting ready to read that amazing $50 super chat, so I wanted to let it shine.
Well, good timing, and thank you for calling in as always, Mo. We look forward to the next time. Talk to you soon.
Yes, have a good night.
Peace.
Bye.
We want to take. We'll listen. We'll take some. We'll do the super chats, and we'll take calls. We may not even do a recap. We'll think about it. I know Phil takes time into it, so we want to give Phil his due for putting time. But I know this is season 10. This is the last episode. I know people got a lot to say. So we're gonna try to take as many calls as we can.
Yeah, well, we can zip through the recap at times while we're taking the calls and taking people's comments here and there. We can get into it right now. It's 9:00, so we can zip through it in our free time here, just to kind of get people's thoughts. But I think we still have a few more super chats here. We got Glue Guns and Roses that just jumped in there. Let's see. I can see the path to the town would turn on Tabitha and Jade, like Randall turned a new leaf, but I can see him going back to being an antagonist. Patty, a loose cannon, and Clara will actively be sabotaging Jade and Tabitha.
Yeah. I agree with everything she said. I can see the path, but I don't see. I will say this though. I really don't see it like how it's the town supposed to kill Jay. First they get mad at him, then they hate him. I don't see how they can hate him for this situation. It wasn't just him who did it.
Yeah, and like how does Tabitha get it worse too is another thing I'm wondering. Area code 352. What's your name? Where are you calling from? And what's your question or comment about the finale?
Heroes Gaming, calling from Florida.
Hey, buddy.
Hello. I have a few things to say.
The floor is yours.
First, so Tony, with the hop chip,
we're right to the hop chip.
This was in the situation where, like, oh, you said you're going to do it.
Say it.
But you said that you're going to hold off on it because of what basically the man in yellow is making Victor's dad Henry see what could be a parallel dimension or something like that, and the people in that dimension told him that everything will be provided to him.
Yes.
So you're saying that, hey, Donna was the one that provided him the information to go get the gun and do what he tried to do.
Yes.
I will have to push back on that because I think it's a situation where, like, things are playing out the way it's supposed to play out, in a sense of where, like, with Julie in the time traveling, where, you know, she was always in the right spot to we're gonna go ahead and say it, but pull the tent, put the rope down for Boyd, and situations like that.
Yeah. All right. Wait 1 second before you go. I'll let you continue. I just think those are two different situations that you're talking about here. You're talking about a situation where Julie is story walking into the past, and she has already affected the things in the future. We're not dealing with any time traveling situation here. With specific words from that dream was, the town will provide you with the stuff that you will need to get this done. And we know that's from the man in yellow. And then Donna is the one who provided him with the stuff, which made him believe that was true to go out there and do and kill Victor. So that is why I'm saying. So I don't think we could. It's a direct correlation. I think it's more of a straw man attempt right there.
We can say that, but then we can also say the man in yellow hasn't been really too concerned about what anybody has done in the town, because everything seems to be playing out the way he wants it to play out, besides when he found out that Tabitha and Jade were the ones that was going to go down in the tunnels. Then you can see the look on Sophia's face, and she was like, "Wait."
Well, he tried to attack. He tried to attack Julie when she was story walking.
Yeah, but that's in the past, though.
Well, I mean, all of it's in the past.
But what I'm saying is, everything seems to be playing out the way it's supposed to be playing out, besides that one instance where, like, okay, I need to cut the rope, I need to do something. And then I think in that situation with Donna, everything is happening the way it's supposed to be happening. That's why
But it could be
That's
happening.
why it's
It
big
could
in
be
the
All right, I understand what you're trying to say. You're trying to say it was always going to happen. But the fact that they
It's always
specifically,
going to happen
all
that
right,
way.
all
Yeah.
right. But the fact that he didn't go looking for it until they specifically pointed that thing out to him, and he wasn't there looking for a gun. He didn't know how to do it or how he was going to do it. That was provided for him. They told him it'd be provided for him. Now, if you want to say that, the man in yellow could see the future and he knew that he would go back and he'd look in there and see it, and then Donna would say those exact words. I can't argue if the man in yellow could see the future. We don't know that. All I can go by is what they've shown us. And what they have shown us is that the man in yellow told them the things would be provided, and Donna was the one who provided those things. So therefore, I have to say that it's still, plus everything else I've already talked about with Donna on top of that from season 1 on. When I add all those things up, this gives more proof that Donna is the mole. The only reason I was saying Donna wasn't the mole is because of the whole Clara situation. And that's the only reason why I was saying that. But now that I see this whole situation, I have to say that this is the case. I mean, I can't say definitively that she's not right now. So therefore, because of that scene, if that scene didn't happen, I would have ate this chip right now. That's why I brought it.
We've seen Sophia try to get other people, so it's safe to assume that if she's at any point in time she did something similar, why would she just pick Clara? She probably picked several people that she could have that as their sleeper cells, so she could activate them.
Like Monty Hall. She's making deals with a bunch of people.
Well, if we're saying this has happened over and over again, then she's definitely picked different people at different times during the different times that they've been playing this game. So if we're saying that, okay, well, we're gonna pick Clara this time, but next time it was somebody else, then everything's playing out the way it's supposed to be playing out. And Victor's dad is always going to try and kill Victor or in some form do something like that.
I don't think they brought Victor's dad back every time, and every time Victor's dad's come back or a different form of them and a different name, he always gets killed or always tries to take him out. I don't think it's a loop like that. And I think the showrunners have said that in the Reddit thing that we post. The only people who are resurrected are the people we know about. It's a loop that the thing happens, that they bring in new people, they reset the board, and then they hide the talismans again, and people have a chance to find them, and all that stuff happens again. But everything doesn't burn. There's not always a Patty in there that gets a face burn. There's not always there's not always a person in there who gets killed by the scarecrows and gets his face sewn shut. Those things don't always happen all the time. You know what I mean? I don't think it's a loop like that where everything plays out exactly the same every time.
Okay.
So let's look at it this way.
I'll take you out,
Why does a man in yellow specifically want Henry to try and kill Victor? Why did she pick him out to try and kill Victor? What would your thoughts be on that one?
It's because he had the opportunity by meeting him in the bar to put his blood in his drink to manipulate him.
And Victor has some information in history, so it would be beneficial to possibly learn some of the ritualistic aspects of how to solve this thing. So killing Victor definitely helps out the Man in Yellow's plan.
Everything the Man in Yellow has done has been an opportune moment. It was an opportune moment that Henry was in there and was willing to drink with a 16-year-old. And he was able to get the blood in the drink and then manipulate him like that.
Fair enough. I want to I want to talk about the Elgin situation.
Okay. Well, one more. We're going to get to a couple other callers, but last question. Quick one.
Yes. So people are always like, you guys are like, a lot of people have been like, well, Elgin didn't try to escape and this and that, blah blah blah. At what point in the TV show had they presented Elgin in a way where he was like a big manly Buffy, oh, I'm gonna do this and do that kind of character? In my opinion, I'll take a quote from Denzel Washington. He's a punk. He's a wimp.
Yeah, but you know what punk. You know what. Yeah, but I'm saying real quick. You know what punks and wimps do? They run. All right. Most punks and whips, they get the fuck out of Dodge. At least the ones I've known. Like anyone I know who had beef with somebody and they don't want to do it, their feet get to stepping. All right. And his feet didn't get to stepping. He just sat there and took it and everything else. You know, when you're scared, that's when that adrenaline pumps through your body. And what happens then? You start going places. And we don't see nothing like that happen with him. So that's what I'm saying. The difference is with Elgin right there.
Yeah, and I don't think he's ever been shown in that situation, but still in that moment, you're faced with either survival instinct to survive or not to survive. And Elgin, in a couple of situations, has shown himself to be a little. He doesn't, and even the actor thinks so. He put out his own reel or something like that, watching himself on the screen and going, "I don't know what I was thinking," talking to Sophia. So even the actor's like, "I don't know what the hell Elgin was thinking." So there you go. And the writers have kind of said that it's about him being sort of a naive sort of kid. And thank you for all these super chats. We really do appreciate it.
Yeah.
If we're missing one of them, we'll try to get to make sure to try to get to all of them tonight. Pop says, if the boy in white is actually all good, he's one of the most beta cucked good entities in the history of my TV. Man in yellow can move this place on the boards however he wants, but boy in white can only tell them what not to do. Thank you for the great breakdowns, guys.
Yeah, thank you. Keep going. We got more, right? That's good.
Surprise! Christy didn't blame Boyd for Marielle. No, they got they had an emotional moment with. She might blame Fatima. Maybe, I don't know. We already saw this one. Let's see. We do have a few more. Why the hell? This is from Mr. Black Bond. Why the hell did Fatima not even at least attempt to slow down or stop Smiley when he was approaching the clinic? Seems out of character. I know. Once she learned her little scream trick, why didn't she try more effort to keep Smiley out of the clinic altogether? She seemed to resign that he was just coming. But then you mentioned this in your video. But then at times it was like she was just connected to Smiley. Then they messed with it, and then she was connected to all of them. Like she's connected, like Jean-Luc Picard's connected to the Borg, and he can sense all the Borg. So she can just sense all the monsters now, Tony. That's a magic.
That's just something that they just all of a sudden they just threw that in there. First it was just Smiley. Now it's everybody. Now it's all of them. But
this is Heroes. This is the show Heroes. They're just getting powers and there's no explanations. It's amazing. Oh my goodness. Well, we still have a few more here. Monique says, and if the people in this town can be reincarnated, then the monsters can be reincarnated too, like Smiley was reincarnated through Fatima's baby. Yes, but again, there's only 2 reincarnated people in this town, but I do think the monsters are sort of on a cycle here. Tony, I'm going to let you have this call, and then I got to take my dog out because he's
all right. I'll take
staring at me. Area code 352. What's your name? Where you're calling from? And what's your question or comment? Hello? 352.
Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Oh, yeah, my bad. My name is John. I'm from Florida. I just want to say my theory I have.
Go ahead.
My bad. So I think the way to win or get out is to sacrifice their son. I think Jade and Tabitha had like 2 kids. And something happened, they decided not to sacrifice the boy, which is maybe the boy in white. And now Miranda was supposed to sacrifice Victor, but they didn't do it, or she didn't do it. So everyone ended up dying. So now Tabitha has to sacrifice Ethan. I think Victor will sacrifice himself for them to win. But I think the town or the man in yellow can make them lose their memory. Like Victor couldn't remember nothing. His mom or sister told him to draw a picture so he won't forget. Like who was Victor before Victor, or did it end in a different way before that cycle? And I definitely think Donna is not who she says she is for her.
Yeah, well, I agree with the last part with Donna not being who she says she is. I don't believe there was another Victor before the cycle. I just think it was a bunch of other people. They said that the only people that are reincarnated are Tab and Jay. They're the only ones who keep coming back. So everybody else is different, and all circumstances are different. You know what I mean? It's not always going to be a little boy who survives a massacre and is left out there. You know, that just happened to Victor this time, and that's his storyline and everything else with it. But as for the second
girl.
What?
Boy and girl, like Julie, Ethan, and then Victor and his sister. So you don't think there was another boy and girl before them?
Yeah, I could say it could be a boy and girl before them. I do believe that they could have done that, but I don't think the story would be the exact same thing. Like it looks like Ethan is going to be left there alone by himself, but I don't think they're going to end it like that. Right? If they did that and Ethan was left there alone by himself, then we could say that every time the same thing happens and stuff. But I don't think it's going to go down like that. You know, but I could definitely see that them definitely being a boy and girl every time, coming in with the new reincarnated version of Miranda, Tabitha, that she brings a boy and girl with her.
I appreciate it, man. I've been watching y'all since Game of Thrones, man. So keep doing
man,
that,
appreciate the support, man, from the beginning, 100%.
Yes, sir.
All right, that's what's up. That's what's up. Now Phil's not here, so I can't take no phone calls. Well, he'll be back. He's going out on a little dog walk right quick. So I'm here. We'll take your super chats and everything else, and then we'll start doing. I haven't given anyone any shout outs. Let me give some shots.
Here. Oh, I can slip into the calls. Wait. KP's been trying to call in a few times here. Well, we got you.
You can't leave for 15 minutes and leave me on the phone, man.
I know. It wasn't 15 minutes. It was like 5. It was like 2 minutes. It was like
you're back. I thought you haven't left yet.
No, I did. I
think you left yet.
I have to put the eye drops in the dog in like 5 more minutes. I have to put the second round of eye drops.
Right.
I'm not really going to. These dogs pee quick. This is area code 714. I'm not going anywhere tonight, Tony. Area code 71. KP, I'm sorry. You keep missing it by like 2 seconds. KP's pissed. Listen to him.
Motherfucker just stole my spot.
Area code 714. What's your name? Where are you calling from? What's up?
Hey, it's Montez. I'm calling from California.
Hey, what part of California?
Oh, San Bernardino.
Oh, cool, man. Cool. I used to live out in Petaluma, up in Northern California. Anyways, what's going on, buddy?
Oh, just kind of talk about the season. I don't know if I'm exaggerating or not. It just feels like this wasn't season 4. It feels like part 1 of season 5.
Yeah, that's what Tony
you
was
know what I
saying.
mean? All right. The first 3 seasons, the finales felt like a finale, like their own season. Everything was congruent. It made sense. But then for this finale, this season, it just feels like we're not done. Like we should be waiting for another episode next week. That's what it feels like to me. Like,
yeah, it seems
like not enough was answered.
It feels like a mid-season. Someone said this. Tony was talking about this in his video.
Yeah, I said it. It was me.
A couple of people have said this. It feels like it should be 2 weeks and then the next episode. Like this should have been the episode before the 2-week break, and then we should come back to it. But yeah, Tony was talking about that in his video as well.
Yeah, it's because the things in the tunnels and all that. It feels like that should have happened last episode, and things kind of got stretched out. Plot lines just kind of like, it seems like as soon as Julie was getting close to figuring out, they just scrapped that plot line for next season or something, or just completely forgot about it. It feels like it seems like they kind of do that every season, like with them burning the holes. They were supposed to torch the caves, or they were supposed to trap one of the monsters and getting interrogated. They kind of just forgot about that stuff, you know. And it just, I'm just not sure where we're going to now. It's like they put so much like pressure on the final season, so where like every episode has to be a banger or it's a flop, because they just left out too many unanswered things that I feel like you should have answered this season. So next season is just like you can have some time to, you know, stretch things out a little bit and give us a little more context of other things. Like even that last scene with the boy in white and the man in yellow, like that scene should have been a little longer.
Dude, that's exactly what I was saying. Like it needed to be stretched out. If we're going to do a scene like that, give us some real deep lore, not just a 5-minute thing that goes, hey, they're playing some game. No fucking shit, Sherlock. Like give us an actual like scene between the two of them.
Exactly. I was also expecting like a flashback. Like you see when Tabitha was staring at the bones, I was like, oh, we're finally going to go back and get some context. What the heck is going on?
Do you know what they did? It looked like they took an outtake from the Ann and Kui kid that was like an outtake that wasn't in the show. Like she seemed out of character. Like she was waving at the screen for a second. Like, oh, let's take that outtake of the Ann and Kui kid and repurpose that material and use it as a flashback. Because I agree, it seemed like they were going to go with like a real deep flashback with Tabitha. Instead, we got like an Ann and Kui outtake.
That was a terrible scene.
Exactly.
It was a terrible scene. It was a terrible scene because, you know, you look at this thing, there's a shit ton of bones in there, and she just happens to pull this girl's skull. Like things like that. Like I can't get like there's a billion skulls in there, but the one skull she just happens to pull happens to be their daughter. Like, come on, man. Like you
flashback
insulting
that, like,
my intelligence with that.
at least make it worth it. Like the Jade, like the whole, like I don't know if they thought they ate with that scene with Jade saying like, "Oh, if it was anyone, I'm glad it was you." I'm like, dude, y'all don't even really be talking like that for you to even like you do be saying that right now. I don't know why my immediate thought as soon as the thing broke, I was like, hold on to it. You guys get in the trunk and then we'll just pull it. There's like 6 people up there. You guys can just pull this real quick and get them out. Oh, we're just
it was romantical though. It was so romantical. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah. And the Clara thing is still, I'm not gonna lie, it's confusing me. It's like you're watching this person kill people. They're about to slaughter a whole town. Are you sure you're about to believe this person? This entity demon is about to let you out. I don't. And you like, that's a lot to believe. That's a lot to just believe.
Yeah, no, it's just. Yeah, thanks for the call. We really appreciate it.
Oh,
we do, my friend.
Yeah, you know, it's like there's things that you can't do to me. I don't care. Other people may go for it, and if you do, then that's God bless you. I'm just talking about me, as someone who is, writing stuff for TV for myself, not in any network, and writing books and things. You can't have the rocks just fall.
Second, KP, you're on.
You can't have the rocks just fall in the exact right spot to block the monsters, but nowhere else. Right? You like I don't agree with it's the same thing with Game of Thrones with Cersei and Jaime. Well, we're gonna die together. The ceiling collapses. If they would just step to the left one time, they both would have lived. Like, I don't deal with bullshit like that. And to me, the rocks just happening to fall and form in the whole shape of the V. It's the perfect amount of rocks to cover up that hole, and somehow they're thick enough to get inside the hole and stay there where no one can push them out. Like, things to me like that is just unbelievable, and I just can't. I just, like, to me, it's like it's insult to my intelligence for me to believe that that's going on. And just like her grabbing all the stuff she grabbed, she just happened to grab the head of her daughter. Like, that's just like, come on, bro. Like, I'm not into that bullshit.
KP, welcome.
Good evening, everybody. How are you guys?
Good, KP. How about yourself? What did you think of this episode?
Listen, first of all, I'm back home in my house in Trinidad. Things are great. The family is here, so I feel happy. We kissed and made up last week and all that. What did I think about this episode? It fucking sucked. It was horrible. Let me be very honest. Like, you guys know, I have not been the most vocal fan of this season. Like, from episode 1, I have been underwhelmed. Mm-hmm. Episodes 7, 8, and kind of 9 were kind of like, all right, maybe they're cooking something up here. Let them, as the young folks say. I was willing to say, let them cook. But this is one time when I was 16, I had Tonya over to my mom's house, and I was giving Tonya that business. And before I could come to my manly climax, the front door opened and my mom, my dad, my sisters came in, and I had to get out of that and put clothes on and pretend that we were studying. And I did not get my nut off at all. And I'm still mad about that because Tonya was fine. She has 7 kids now, so I can't, I'm good. But, she was fine, and I'm mad at that, and she never came over again because she was scared about that. That is exactly how I feel about this last episode. It's one thing to blue ball me for an episode or 2. It's another thing to be blue ball me for the last 2 seasons. Seasons 4 and season 3 have been a blue ball disaster. I am infected, and now I'm facing facing a real weird challenge. My quandary is this: I either have to watch season 5 and hope they make it up and feel some sort of relief, or I say to hell with this nonsense and don't even watch episode 5. So I have and maybe it'll suck anyways, and I have a consistent blue ball situation going. And I want to also say, I told you so. This is going to go down just like Lost. They're going to be asking a bunch of questions and never answering any of them, and also gaslighting us to think that, wait, maybe they never even asked that question. Like, first, I don't buy the Clara thing. You know how, like, okay, there's a character in this thing, Dracula. I think it's Renfield. Am I correct in the name, guys?
Yes.
Tony, am I correct in that name?
Yes, Renfield. Yes,
Ren
master.
something.
Yes, master. Renfield.
Right.
Yes.
And he's obsessed with Dracula. He's willing to do whatever Dracula says. Give me a blowjob, Brinley. Sure. Jump up a cliff, no problem. Die, no problem. Like, he's willing to do anything because Dracula says he'll turn him into a vampire, right? He's the ideal of a sycophant. That is what you have to be for Clara to do what she's doing. And there's no evidence at all that she's that. And then the other thing is the hook that hooked her in. I would love for them to make that scene and put that out as a flashback or something, because I can't imagine meeting a particular person once and maybe they make their eyes glow and they do some kind of, they pull a rabbit out of a hat and then they say, look, I can do magic. If you follow me, we're gonna go in.
KP, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with everything you're saying for sure. I mean, but when it comes down to it, I hope season 5 definitely does deliver.
And you're gonna watch it, so you can say what you want. But we got so many callers coming in right now. We gotta go.
But we'll talk to you soon, my friend. Make sure you call in some of the theory shows and get back.
Anyone could say what they want. Oh, I'm canceling MGM. I'm doing all this. When it comes back on next season, you must finish the race. And that's just the way it goes. There's no way it's gonna go and not watch it. And anyone who says anything different is lying to themselves. All right. And let's get to some of these super chats while we wait for the next call.
And we got 813 area code 8, and I agree with you 100%, Tony. Is quick. 813. What's your name? Where you calling from? And what's your question or comment?
Hey, what's going on, man? Jack from Florida here.
Hey, Jack, what's going on, buddy?
How's it going, man? I appreciate the show. Long time listener, first time caller. But
appreciate you.
I actually thought about something, and my fiance said this too. Why was it so necessary that maybe I missed something, that they had to pull the tree out at the same time that they were underground?
So I guess what they were trying to say was that, I don't think they need to pull the trigger. I think they're saying if they would have gotten there with the bones, there would have been no escape for them. So the only way for them to escape was to pull the tree out there.
I agree with that. I'm saying, why didn't they do it the day before and then they go down the next day?
Yeah, I agree, and I brought it up. Why didn't they just why didn't they just dig a hole? Why didn't they dig a hole next to the tree and not pull down the tree?
Yeah, exactly.
Why didn't they do something like that?
Comments just now.
So it's just it's not very sensible.
Yeah, I agree, and I think honestly, I think they're going to tie it up pretty well. I agree with everything you guys are saying. More so about they really got to come out firing with the first couple episodes of the next season.
But we said that this season too, didn't we?
Yeah,
we said that this season that they needed to do that.
Yeah,
so
it's true.
We'll see. But we did say that, and we didn't get that. So we'll see. We'll see.
It's very true, man. Well, yeah, appreciate it, man. You guys have a great one, and until next season, ladies and gentlemen.
You too, my friend. Great call. And
this is from Blitzkrieg Bop. He says, I think it's possible that Ellis made a deal with the man in yellow, taking his blood early into the story. He could result in Fatima's pregnancy monster. I don't know if Ellis did it, maybe, with the mom or something like that happening. He could have. I said that Randall did. Now I see a bunch of YouTubers jumping on that bandwagon after I said it. So it is what it is. We got a member for 3 months, says Elgin will disappear never to be seen and known to the dead. How is that chick moving that big ass motherfucker? Get rid of the body yourself. She can't move that body by herself. That's straight dead weight. It's impossible.
Very good question. Area code 847. Welcome to the show. What's your name? Where are you calling from? And what's your question or comment?
Hi, I'm my name's Kim. I am calling from Chicago, E-Man Country.
Hey, Kim.
What country? What is this?
What
country is this? Where you say you calling from?
E-Man.
Oh, this is E-Man's country. Okay, all right. E-Man's country, Chicago. Go ahead. Steve.
I've been really enjoying your live streams.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
I'm new to it, and it's really fun. This is so cool. Props to you guys for doing this. I got it. I'm hesitant to call in. I was like, nah, I don't want to call in.
But you did it. You did it, though. You did it.
I did it. So here's the thing.
Yep.
This show is bad. It's really bad, and it's been bad from the get-go. I'm not yucking anybody's yum. I have loved some really crap shows. So believe me, it's but from the premise of it doesn't make sense. If you really think about it, none of it really makes any bit of sense. I mean, I've known some really bad parents, really bad, and I'm Gen X, so I didn't have the greatest set myself.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, somebody coming up to somebody and saying, give me your kids and I'll let you be immortal. And you saying, yeah, that sounds like a good plan. No, I don't see that happening. And let alone 7 sets of parents going for that.
Well, see, it depends how bad those kids are. They had to be some shitty kids. They had to be some shitty ass kids.
I'm a dog mom, and I'd run in front of a truck for my dog. I saw your dog, Phil. They're gorgeous.
Thank you.
I don't really watch the show. I watch through the reactions because they're the best. I saw Married to the Real the other day for not the episode 9, hilarious, because I really love the fandom more than the show.
No, and that is a fair point. And thank you so much for the call. We really do appreciate it. Like, something about the way that the fan theories come together about this show, Tony, and everyone's perspective and everyone gathering together.
It's hard to have a fandom like this. Like we've been through fandoms, right? We've been through the Game of Thrones fandom, and that's a book fandom that changed to a
huge lore, built-in lore. Already.
And the lore is consistent.
For the most part, when George is doing it,
it's consistent.
When
lore.
George is doing it, it is. Area code 510. Whoa! Turn down the radio in the background. 510. Turn down your radio in the background, or your. But area code 510. What's your name? Where you come from? And what's your question or comment?
Hey, this your man Pump the Brakes from Oakland, California.
Hey,
what's going on?
Hey, what's going on now? Hey, man, first of all, I love the show. Long-time fan since the first season. I've been rocking with you, Tony.
Appreciate it.
Calling in. Yeah, for sure. I just want to see if I missed something. Maybe I missed something. Hopefully you've cleared up, and maybe even people in the chat can clear it up.
Let's do it.
Did the man in yellow come from out of town? Because it seems in my brain he came from out of town, because he came in the car with the priest, and then the priest drove into town. So is the man in yellow able to go outside of From and come back inside of From at free will?
So it seems like, so when we look at him as the man in yellow, we got to think about it like there was a guy in the yellow suit that came there that got captured and killed by the person and impersonated as the man in yellow, right? So there was a regular guy who came to that town, but before he got there, the entity that is the man in yellow, whatever it is, a fucking alien spider, we don't know, killed him and then took that form and disliked that form, just like it likes the clown form.
It likes the color yellow.
And that's their favorite form and stuff. It goes into different forms and everything. So I think we have to look at it like that. Where they go, the boy in white and the man in yellow, when they disappear, we have no idea where they're at.
Yeah, but I'm still thinking about when he turned into the little redhead girl with the glasses.
Yeah,
he was outside. She was outside of town when the priest picked her up in the car.
Yeah, well, she was on the road, right? He had seen the tree, and then he turned around, and she was on that road.
Oh, okay, so the road is still part of front.
Yeah, once you see the tree, you're already in it.
Yeah,
like even if you destroyed the tree and went past, you'd still be in it.
Okay, got it. That's all I want to know. Just had to clear that up. Loving the show. You guys rock it. Phil, you are the master keeping the flow, keeping the show flowing. Switching it from the phone calls to chat to asking questions until Tony comes out of the bathroom and comes back to the show. So loving it, y'all.
You're gonna make me have to pay this guy. You keep saying this.
Hey,
Jesus Christ.
Tony should have been disappearing for half an hour every week because
if Samantha comes back on, you might disappear again, Phil.
Maybe. But last week when you disappeared for half an hour, the video you did got like 400,000 views or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, you should have been doing that every fucking week. Area code 404. What's going on? Welcome to the show. What's your name? Where are you calling from? And what's your question?
Hey, what's going on, y'all? This is Hammy Deals from the chat. How y'all doing tonight?
We're doing awesome.
What's going on?
Man, I was doing pretty good, but I would just say that this is probably like the worst finale that I've ever seen. And I'm rooting for Teflon and Acosta, and I'm trying to fight for them. You know what I'm saying? But
right. Keep hope alive.
Oh wow, we got a night tonight. This is awesome.
Keep hope alive, brother. Keep hope alive.
Hope alive.
Yes, sir. But just one of the questions that I had as far as this season and stuff like that, do you feel like with the way that this season ended, that season 5 is actually going to be ended with an actual ending, or do you think we're going to get a cliffhanger for a prequel or for a sequel?
It all depends. Like if they have the prequel in works and they've already negotiated with MGM or Amazon said they're interested in it, then I would say that it still has to be a satisfying end. They did said we will get the ending that they have had in mind. So I think we get the ending that they had in mind. And the prequel, they just won't answer certain questions that would affect that prequel so that they can answer it there.
Gotcha. And that was pretty much it, man. Hopefully you stay doing your thing. I heard Windows Bay is pretty good, so if you start reviewing that, that'd be pretty awesome. But I would definitely like for us to stay together, man. I look forward to it coming every week.
I'll be here reviewing like I always do every show that I review, whether it's Dexter's First Blood or the House of the Dragon next or Silo or whatever. We still going. Our world don't stop because From stops.
Area code 318. What's your name? Where you calling from? And what's going on?
Hey, Tony and Phil. It's Vernicia. How are y'all doing?
Doing better now.
Vernicia.
Hey, I am calling from Louisiana, and I want to know. You always know my question. Are we gonna do TV fandom?
Yes. So yes. So it's called Tube Bash. Is the name of it. I'm waiting for Real right now to give me the link of where you can buy tickets for it. He said he would have that for me tonight. Hopefully he get it to me by this live stream. But even if I can't get it in this live stream, I'll be live streaming tomorrow. Phil will be with us. We're gonna have those nerdy AF people on, and we're gonna talk about what's gonna happen, what we think can happen next season. It'll definitely have an update and in my videos of exactly where people can go and buy it. But it'll be in Nashville. It'll be next summer in Nashville. And as I said before, we got to see what the pre-orders are in order to see exactly what we're gonna book.
All right, well, you made my
too
night.
bad.
I've been begging for it, so I'm glad.
Yeah, well, thank you. It's not too bad. It's Tube, like YouTube. Tube Bash, not Tube Bash. Tube Bash. But we'll get it all popping. And it's in Nashville. It'll be at the Gaylord Opry Hotel is where it will take place in there. We just need to know when we get the pre-tickets then we'll know exactly how many celebrities we can get and everything else and how it go. But it'll be from Thursday through Sunday. We'll give the exact date as soon as we're done with the pre-order ticket sales.
That is awesome. And now on to the show. So, what do you think? I know everybody's down on Elgin, but one thing I could say is he did go down praying.
Okay.
Do you think that his hope brought anything to the story?
Yes, because I think that dreams can come true as well as nightmares. So I think he's the reason the sky went clear. I don't really think that, but some weird part of me, if I want to like project my stupid theory, like that's how I get there, is that Elgin somehow through his last thought kind of cleared the sky.
That's what I kind of thought too, because the timing was perfect.
It was. That's what made me think it as well. It was like kind of perfect timing for him to have done that. I'm not sure if it's happening, but it's. I'll be with you on that, Cliff. We'll hang out there together. We'll hang out there together.
I don't want to rain on anyone's parade, so I'll just keep my mouth shut about it.
Thank you, Tony. That's very nice of you, sir. That's very nice of you.
Well, that was one that just had been kind of hanging in my mind, the timing of it all. And then, oh, Fatima, my heart broke. Remember who I was. That was something else.
It was a good way to go out, and then she turned her monster on like Teen Wolf, and then got into a weird screaming match.
Yeah, I mean, she's the most innocent of the victims in this place. Like nothing that she's done should have put her in this situation. She's been the only true victim of this place. That's all the stuff she's had to endure.
Totally agree. And then one more, and I'm out because I don't want to stop other people from getting their thoughts in. I love that scene with Victor and Henry and Ethan, because Victor just wanted to believe his dad so bad, and when he went against him, you could just see his heart break.
Yeah, listen, I have mixed feelings about it. I think they did a good job leading up to it, but I didn't think the payoff was spectacular. I thought they could have did much better.
The payoff was horrible.
Yeah.
But just going up to seeing his heart break like that, I almost thought they were going to clip Ethan with the bullet.
They should have.
Yeah, they should have. That would have been much more dramatic.
What I thought was coming.
And then Christy was all fucked up because she lost Marielle, and it would have been like a lot of tension going into the next season if she would have been able to get her shit together enough to be able to save him.
It would have gave Henry a reason to snap out of it. Like getting thrown on the bed is not a reason to be snapped out of it. But if he shot Ethan, then he could really that would have snapped him out of it, and it would have gave a justifiable reason why he snapped out of it.
Yeah, totally agree. And okay, I'm gonna throw one more in, then I'm done. Patty Cake, I would have threw her out the window.
Absolutely.
She wouldn't even have got in the car to get to the window. Like it's I would never even put her. Once she froze like that and started shaking, I would say drive.
Now, Tony, I have to say this right now live, and I know people listening to the audio cast don't care about this, but who cares? We got over 470 people right now. If you're in here and you haven't already, hit that like button, share this out, help it get out to more people, get more people in here. We really do appreciate everyone that's joining us tonight in the season finale cast. As Tony said, we're going to kind of ditch the recap and just take all your questions and comments. So keep the calls coming. 781-990-8509. Again, 781-990-8509. Ask us any questions about any scenes we might have missed. I'm zipping through, looking through all of this, seeing if there's anything that but ultimately I think we've basically covered all the points, even without doing recap.
We still have super chats we have to get to.
We have tons of super chats. Okay, so let's try to get through these. I honestly thought we were gonna get a flood. I kind of
next season. That's too much of a budget.
Is Tube Bash, which maybe I'll be coming to Tube Bash. No, I'll be.
What do you mean? You're a host of it.
I know. I got at least a couple panels. I got a karaoke panel I got to do.
I'll talk to you more about it.
It's
later.
Tube Bash 21 and over. I would love to surprise my girlfriend and little sister with it. Will I think we will have 21 events as part of it, but 18 plus, everyone, all ages will be.
No,
well,
yeah, it's a con, so there's no age, and you can bring your child there.
there might be some panels that are suggested 21 or 18 plus because of some bad, naughty material or something. You know, if we do like some fucked
Yeah,
up
but you could bring your kids. It wouldn't be bad.
definitely all ages. Elgin will be blamed for the talismans. I don't know. I think Elgin was going to be forgotten about like Tilly. We're not going to hear Elgin's name
I
again.
think that's going to be the end of Elgin. No one's until they find the body, because she's going to do a shitty job disposing it, because there's no way she could dispose.
Where do you think she? Okay,
Where do you
think she did this?
I can't think of nothing. There's nothing I could think of unless there was a crack that opened up in the ground during the earthquake and she threw it a minute. There'd be nowhere else I could think she could hide the body. Where's she gonna hide the body?
The basement of Colony House, maybe, I guess. But
You ain't dragging that body from the diner to Colony House. No way.
no fucking way is right, Tony. We got this one right here from Waltz. Had to pull the tree out at the same time because it's a roof off the house type situation, which would allow the creatures to enter past the talismans. So you had to do the timing right because it had to buy them time to be able to do whatever nonsense.
Yeah, but I mean, I understand that, but you could have easily dug a hole next to it, then put a tarp on top of that hole. All right. And now there's no hole there. So it was only because there was a skylight in it that they were able to come in. So if you put a tarp over it, a blanket over it, then they can't come in. So, I mean, that's just the way it is and stuff. So that's why that whole thing doesn't work and everything. That's what they were trying to say in the show, but that doesn't work that way. You just put a tarp over top of it and it's done and sealed up again.
We got Nick Knack Studio says, painted a banner. Hope you like it, man. Sent it to the Escaping From show. Do you mean the Discord group, Nick Knack? I can definitely check that out. Let me know, Nick Knack. But thank you. Let me check that out.
Maybe put it on the Instagram or something.
Oh, maybe the Instagram as well. Yeah, you're right. Let me take a look. But thank you so much, Nick Knack Studios. Much appreciated. What's this one? Thoughts on the man in yellow and boy in white being father and son. Hi, I'm the boy in white.
No, because it's been said by Sarah that the boy in white is not a boy. So he's just coming and projecting himself as that boy figure. But that's what she said, so that's what we're gonna go by. So that's why I'll say no to that.
Yeah.
But I think that they may see your comment and make it happen.
It's stranger things have known to happen. We got a new super chat right here from the Witch's Brew with
Dan Marie.
Hey, Marlo.
I went on their stream the other day before I went on their stream and that's why she's saying Marlo. So I disguised myself as Marlo. And kept the camera off and changed my voice and stuff. And then eventually I exposed who I really was. They claim that they knew who I was the whole time, but I don't believe that. If you watch the stream, you can see that they were.
Ooh, and this is nice. Nick Knack Studios made this. Let's see if you can see this.
Well, that's very nice.
So let me say, whoops. Sorry.
No, that's real nice. Appreciate that.
I'll send that to you, Tony. Or you can probably see it, but I'll send
Yeah, I haven't had a new banner since I had the banner on my YouTube channel that a fan made for me the first year I did it, and it's been sitting there the whole time. Never changed it.
And
what did she say though in that thing?
Oh, sorry, I got distracted by the awesome banner. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming on the stream again Friday. We had a blast. Can't wait to have both you guys on again in the future. Awesome. I'd love to join you guys.
100%.
Let's see. Just I lost track where I was in the super chats of this one. Just tuned in to say why can't. Oh no, we already saw this one. I think we're almost caught up with them right now. Elgin will disappear, and yeah, exactly. Never know he's dead. Thank you for member for 3 months. We get this. I think it's possible that Ellis made a deal with the. No, I think we already saw this one too. I think we have all of the super chats. Thank you so much.
100%. Thank you so much for all of it. I really appreciate it. Again, if you want to call in, you know the call-in number. If not, people will put it in the chat for you and stuff. You can call us up and let us know what you thought about the finale.
We missed this one. They should have ended the season with the day turning to night. And yes, Phil giving Jacob and Man in Black stuff.
I think if you had to pick an area to end it, I would have ended on Fatima turning into a monster and then I would have had her actually doing something, like not just standing there screaming like a banshee, like attacking the monster or getting attacked, like her fighting it out, or her getting, because she can't die because the monsters don't die, right? So her attacking the monsters, or they're attacking her back. Not her just like there's no need. There's no need for that. I would have ended it on that, or her face just changing. And then I would have started next season with the boy in white talking to the man in yellow and expanding on that whole shit in next season. That's how it started.
And set the standard for the next season. Are we sure that the man in yellow and Clara got all the talismans? We were asking this earlier. Tony, do you think they got all the talismans?
They're giving you the impression that they did. The only one I could see them not getting would be the one that was inside the pit with Jade and Tabitha. But besides that, because Clara is in Colony House and everything else, and she's used to being there and her being there, we were going to assume that they got every one of the talismans. That's the purpose.
I don't know if I saw this one before too. Hey, Marlo, Tony, loved Marlo, damn Wire fans.
That's right.
Marlo, loved what you did on Scarlet Fever's channel with Dana Marie giving her the props for her Clara theory. Ladies love an apologetic man.
Well, listen, the ladies, I didn't hold any weight towards the Clara theory, and I've said it, and she always said that was it. So props due where they go do. And if I'm wrong, I'm man enough to say I was wrong. I didn't think that she was a big enough character for her to be given an important part like that. But hey, they gave it to her.
Yeah, no, they absolutely did. What do we think Claire's deal was? I think Claire's deal was the same that they said to Elgin in that moment.
You get to go home.
You get to go home. Yeah, no one will get hurt. You'll wake up. You'll feel like this was just a dream. No big deal. Area code 972. What's your name? Where are you calling from? And what's your question or comment?
Hey, this is Chris from Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Albuquerque. Just makes me think of Bugs Bunny cartoons.
Me too. Every time I hear it, I think of Bugs Bunny.
Like, next stop is Albuquerque. Sorry.
You said that the last time I called.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm drunk. I'm drunk. All I know is I'm on a script. That's all I say.
No, it's okay. We'll put together the super chats and we'll get you some new material on Albuquerque.
Thank you. I need money. Give me. I need to hire writers.
Let's get them super chats going, people. Let's come on.
Thank
Let's
you.
make it happen.
Thank you. You can say that. We can't say that. I appreciate it.
All right. No, fair enough. Look, so before I kind of go slightly negative, the one I wanted to at least highlight a nice beat of writing in this season that I thought was done well, because I think it also illustrates some of the weaknesses of the season. There's this really nice series of 3 scenes that are all centered around food this season, specifically one where Sarah and Julie are painting Sarah's room, or Sophia's new room, and they're painting it purple and everything like that. They're talking about food and how much they miss it and how much it kind of reminds them of home and like the normalcy and all of those sorts of things. And Sarah curiously says she can't even remember donuts, which is just strange. And let's not think about that too much, right? But then we get another scene at Colony House here in I think episode 9, where Patty comes out and she's bleeding all over the cookie, and I don't know what I want with cookies, understandably so. And then we cut to a flash in the Man in Yellow's hospital room where Henry's getting his dream meal of a hamburger with the perfect cheese, the provolone cheese that Henry Jones is for, and everything. And I thought they did a good job through those 3 scenes showing why that final scene matters. Like, you show it. You don't tell it. You just kind of, create this theme of, hey, food matters. Food is one of those things that makes people feel normal in here, and then you can pay something off in a subtle way without clobbering people over the head with some of these lines. In some cases, 2 or 3 people saying the exact same line in an episode.
Yeah, listen, I would say, sex and food are 2 most important things. I'm not talking about water and air or nothing like that, but that's what people want in the end. Like, if dudes get out of jail, the things they want, I want to go get a burger, right? You want to feel like you're not in jail anymore, prison. You want to feel like you're normal. And let me just go out and get a burger and get me a beer and just love the world again, right? That I'm in. And I agree with you that builds back a sense of normalcy for people. And they did do a good job with that situation.
Now, my big problem overarching with the season is are twofold. One, starting a bunch of stuff that they're not going to have time to wrap up in a satisfactory way, like basically asking too many mysteries in Act 4 when you only have Act 5 to bring it all home. But then my other big issue has been inconsistent characterization. Like, I think Tabitha's been all over the place this season, not just trying to pawn off her kids on Donna mid-season and then we forget about that, but just her relationship with Boy and White in general, right? Like, she went from basically seeking out the Boy in White numerous different times, going all the way up into the lighthouse. What happened to the lighthouses? Are they just going to show up again randomly in season 5 here? Goes all the way up into the lighthouse, gets pushed out, goes to Camden, Maine, finds out about the bottle trees, the very bottle trees that Victor is screaming about to Boyd before Boyd arrests him. And Tabitha's response is just like, I don't know what the Boy in White wants. Like, that just doesn't seem consistent with herself.
It's not. And there's a whole bunch. I mean, I'm gonna do a whole video about these things that are messed up. But hopefully, the showrunners could watch my video and fix them before next season and stuff. You know, before it jumps off.
Viable strategy, right? That's how we got to Clara.
Yeah, it's just. I don't know. I love the show. And I don't want to bash it so much because I truly do love the show. But I have to come on here and be realistic with you guys, and I'm never not going to be real. For a finale, it was terrible. It was terrible.
And then as a finale, like for me, if this had been the mid-season climax, I'm fine with this.
Yeah.
Like, if this is episode 6, and the pacing of this whole season was through 6 episodes, and we still had 4 more to go. Great, cool. This is not a bad season. The problem with this is that this is an entire season, and it felt like half of a season padded out and stretched out. And it felt draggy. Like, I can't say I'm looking forward to doing a rewatch of this. I think I'm going to find myself kind of powering through some of these scenes or hitting the fast forward button on some of the scenes.
Yeah, listen, I agree. I cannot disagree.
Anyway, I appreciate you guys all season here. I've enjoyed the streams the whole way down, and I wish you guys the best.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, my friend. No, and I understand. I definitely understand people's frustrations, especially when watching the show week to week. And
no, they got, and listen,
this season peaked too early. The best episode of the season was probably episode 5.
Yeah.
Was 5 the one with Kenny on the roof and all that?
That was probably the best one. The thing is that they gave people time who didn't deserve. Like Acosta deserved so much more time. Sarah deserves.
Before we move on to Sarah, because I want to stop in Acosta for a second, Tony. Why would they introduce the whole thing with her in the basement and all of that? And they just ultimately did nothing with it.
They did nothing with it, and then they have the door that did nothing with the door.
Oh, the fucking door, the hatch.
The door is nothing. It just it's sealed. I was right. The door is here. Okay, Jay. That means that
Randall can't get it down. It's over.
Is that what they did? The whole door just to prove that his visions were real? Like, you could have did something else to prove that. Like, you have a door, you got to open it, right? It's just like if you have Ron Jeremy in your movie, he's got to pull the slong out. All right, you don't hire Ron Jeremy unless that's the reason he's in it, or it's no sense of having him in there. You don't have a door there not to open the door, and maybe they will in the next season. But again, it's the way it's pushed off, and it doesn't make us satisfying. Yeah, pause on that 100%. But y'all know what I'm saying. Like you bring in Sydney Sweeney to show the breast. All right, this is the reason why you have Dolly Parton to put the tight shirt on. All right, you hire certain people for certain things, and that's what's expected.
Yes,
and that's just what it is. And this whole situation, and it's if you just wrap 1 or 2 of them up, then you can go into next season. You wrap those up, but they didn't wrap up any of them, and that's the problem. They didn't wrap anything up with them. Everyone they brought up this season is still open-ended. Plus the stuff that's already been open-ended. I mean, you just got rid of Marielle. We don't know nothing about what she's seen when she was chained up. And it's just gone?
Yep.
Like, you didn't even address that? Like it's over? Like, come on, man. I mean, I know they're going to say, well, we did have her have a vision of the Smile Monster coming back to life and chasing her. That's fine. And yes, you did do that. And bravo for you for doing that. But you did have her chained up and seeing shit, and you didn't have those three get together and explain what the fuck they were seeing.
Yep, and that was a lot of wasted opportunity. They could have, I mentioned this a couple weeks ago, but they could have had them all have different powers of some sort. For some reason, your super chat didn't pop in the overall thing, DEH, your second one. I see it over here. Boyd should have left Scarface standing there telling her to say hello to my little friends. Yes, absolutely. And then did I not get the second one as well? This one is from Is Now Game of Thrones and disappointed in this finale. I don't see how they wrap up in one season. At least they have another season though. They definitely do.
Yeah. Someone's saying we missed that super chat. Who was this?
Yeah, I think it was this one. If I was Elgin, I would have had a stiff-armed Clara and done my best impression of Usain Bolt running down the street screaming.
That's it. I would have jumped out the window head first. Like, if you didn't even want to go through Clara, I would have just stood up and then jumped out the window and crashed through the motherfucker.
I would have made a
And
play
then
for
go.
it.
If I really had to get away. But I would have just hit Clara, boy. Clara would have seen me coming. She would have got out the way. I don't give a fuck what the man in yellow got her. She would have seen she didn't want to get hit with this. I would have hit her with the forearm shiver like Tito Santana coming off the rope. It would have been a wrap. And I would have been through the door. Trust me, I guarantee you, Clara, that man in yellow, Sophie can't catch my ass. I guarantee you ain't catching me. I'm not going in the back room with you holding hands.
Try her death touch on you if you can't catch him. You can't.
I'm not going in the back room with you holding hands. You seen Kenny do it, right? When Kenny was on that rooftop, he was out. He knocked that motherfucker over, right? What's the difference? We seen them monsters take like 3 to hold down Boyd. 4 of them, they couldn't hold Boyd down, right? So they ain't super strength here. Like, the power levels are off. Sometimes they could break through fucking walls, and sometimes it takes 4 people to hold down Boyd. Like, we don't have a definitive power level for them.
Yeah, sometimes they can stretch again, like the Cautry one seemed to.
Yeah, he's got fucking Mr. Fantastic stuff, and Sophia is just like, I love the actress who played Sophia. I think she did an amazing job. 100%. That's not what I'm talking about here. What I'm talking about is the naivete of this town with this chick just walking around smiling the whole time and popping in the shit. She looks like, her face looks like Bill Cosby on the Jello pudding pop commercial. She's walking around like that, just jumping in everybody's house, grabbing these motherfucking stones like she's fucking Thanos and shit. And nobody's fucking saying nothing to him about it. I just don't get
it. It's ridiculous, Tony, that no one's called her out, no one's clocked her. Once she turned on the radio with her hands in the last episode, Bacta should have been like, "That's weird," and reported that shit to somebody. It's fucked up that no one's clocking this girl.
100%, and that would be what the problem I have with it, and when it's all said and done, you know what I mean? It would be an issue like that. Let's say what up to some people. I know Julie B was here. I don't think she's here anymore, but shout out to Julie B. We got Jane Doe in the building rocking with us. We got D is up in here rocking with us. David is in the building with us. Theo is in the building. Carson's channel is in the building rocking with us. Jesse is in the building rocking with us. I'd see my sister, Cody Cole, is in the building rocking with us also in there. I want to make sure I give out. Carla Way is in the building rocking with us and stuff. I didn't have a chance to do shout outs in the beginning, so I want to give some out right now. JRW is in the building rocking with us right now. We appreciate everybody. We had over 500 people here watching us. Shop is in the building rocking with us and stuff. Steph Snow is in here rocking with us right now. Again, we got my sister Cody Cole is up in here rocking with us and everything else. Let me get on this thing. Let me gift out some memberships for the season finale. I'll take a second, Phil. I gotta do that.
The question is, like, going into it, is the boy in white said that they've got the bones this time. So what value do the bones have moving into this next season?
I really don't think they have any value at all. I think it's just a game piece. And
but it's towards the boy in white's win. Somehow they're like, he's got a hotel on Boardwalk with those or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, it could be that, and then they gotta sit it down on free parking, and when they get there, they gotta circle it 3 times and
There
then
was some shit like
hit
that.
it.
Exactly. Some shit like that. I think each action by these two causes a reaction. Now, based on this episode, Tony, from the opposing viewpoint, do you think the man in yellow is still the heavy? Do you still think there's somebody ahead of him on the pecking order?
There's somebody ahead of them, both of them. There's somebody ahead, both of them. I don't think that they're the overarching entities in this.
So you think there is the red-eyed creature that we've seen in some of the pictures?
Yep, 100%. I still believe that.
So I'm just perusing through Mary Ellen, Fatima. Fatima's changeover, I liked it, but it was a little like Teen Wolf at times. Like she just is like, excuse me, I'll be right back, and then she just like turns it on. She's like, "Bah!" And she just turns and runs off. Marielle did pull a knife. That is appreciated. Huge thanks to Teflon TV for gifting the memberships to you guys in the live chat. Thank you, Teflon TV, for gifting those.
You're welcome very much. You're welcome very much. It's the least I could do for all the support we've gotten this whole season and everything. Really appreciate. Yeah, like will Fatima become the golem? Nah, she's already what she is.
No, she's a monster. She's a creature. She's a creature. I know you think we will. But people in the live chat, do you think we'll see Fatima again? Will she? Tony called that we'll see her knocking on a window for Ellis at some point. And some other people said this, Tony. I think it's interesting. Is every one of the monsters one of the people that sacrificed the kids, or there's a few other people that have been trapped in there the way Fatima has? Like, could Jasmine Monster theoretically have been someone that was trapped in there that's actually human that got trapped in there? And
well, they're all human. They're all human, right?
But you know what I mean? Like someone that wasn't
someone that wasn't the original town members. It makes it. That's the only thing that explains the black chick monster that we have and the younger monsters that we have. I mean, that's not the boy monster. You know, I said, Julie, you remember me? Not him, but the other girl monsters. Maybe they gave birth to monsters, and that's how they became them. I mean, Jasmine Monster said we didn't ask to be like this, right? That was the number one thing that she said. So
and she did kiss porn stash for a few seconds there to kind of like see if she could feel human for a moment.
Yeah,
it was felt different than other monsters that we
and Fatima did not she didn't ask to be like this, right? So it could be the same thing. You know, it could be a bloodlust, like they just lose control, they have no choice, right? It could be that they don't want to do it and everything else, but they could. We see Doug Hugh, the man in yellow, is here in the building in the chat, rocking with us right now. What up to Doug? Appreciate you coming by here.
The one and only man in yellow is in the live chat. The season's over. He can join us again and check out the live chats again.
He's gonna have to hit the road soon, though. Probably. I mean, they got to start filming very soon, I believe.
For sure. And I don't think we'll ever see the true OG Fatima again. That's the question I wanted to ask Heather. I wanted to ask Tony. And you guys in the chat, will we see the OG Fatima again? Will we see Fatima as a monster again? Will whatever allowed Fatima to fight the monsters now be gone in the next season? And will she just be one of them? Was that just a momentary ability that she had as she turned? Now that she's turned, is she just going to become one of them completely?
If they do it right, to me, she just has to be one of the monsters and be done.
Right. Like
if they have her do anything else, it just doesn't work for me. Like she needs to be, this is the price. Knowledge comes
she can't be like cold hands, Tony, right? She can't be like halfway there.
No, I don't want to see no cold hand situation. This has got to be at certain knowledge. There's a cost. This is the cost she's paid. Now she's one of them, and that's it. That's how it ends for her. You know, you take away everything you built if you do it the other way, right? Everything you built for her character up to this point to feel. She's the nicest person in from bar none. She's done nothing but good things, and bad things have happened to her. And this is the way it ends for her. And that's it. If you change it, or somehow she breaks out of it and she comes back and she's not, or she's half and half, it just doesn't work. This is just what happens to nice people sometimes. And this happened to her.
So do you think we'll see her again?
Yeah, she better be tapping at the window. Ellis. She's got to do it. They have to play that up. You don't do that for no other reason but to do that. That's the reason why you have it be Fatima, not anybody else.
Is that how Ellis ends up eventually dying next season? If we're getting into predictions for next season, does Ellis eventually?
Oh, we have to do who won the contest.
I think, yeah. Let me take a look at that. Let me see if I can find that shit right now.
Yeah, I don't think it was me. So
I think I might have lucked into it, but
I think you might have won this whole thing.
I think I might have lucked into it because I drafted Mary Ellen late on it, and I think I might have even had Elgin too. And that was before I knew the spoilers. I did.
Yeah.
I didn't know him then. I didn't know him then. I promise.
That was way before and everything else.
I promise. I promise. Look at me. I'm a very you can trust this cartoon face.
Of course you can. Who wouldn't trust a face like that?
Look at me. Look at me. I'm very trustworthy right now.
How wouldn't you be able to do that and everything else? You know what I mean? I don't. Everyone would trust that face right there. But yeah, no. When I look at the whole situation and everything, again, love the show, love everything about it. It just really seems that this is part one of a big season that's going to be this season and next season put together. This is the midway point. That's the way it seems like to me. I think that's what they were going for, and that's where we're left off at and everything. You want to full screen it?
Not yet. I'm just trying to make sure I have all the right shit here. There we go.
Look at this. Sonic, your boy, is saying Doug wants to know why you're not eating the chip because it's not been proven yet. I mean, I've gone through this.
Doug's coming to collect.
Is that what Doug came down here for?
The man in yellow. The man in yellow's come for his show.
Is that what Doug came down here for? Listen, I bought the chip. The chip is
He wants
here.
his ounce of flesh, Tony. He wants.
I have it. I bought the fucking chip. I have it right here. It's sealed package, so there's no thing. I have it.
How are you with hot food, Tony? How are you with hot food?
I'm black, brother. You know what I mean? I've eaten the hottest of food. I ain't worried about that at all. You know what I mean? I have it. I bought the chip. I planned on eating the chip. That's why I bought it. But after watching this episode, there's still some speculation that Donna could still be the mole, and I have to go on that. I don't think it's just speculation. I think it's valid that she could still be the mole. So I'm not. So we have to wait, and that's it. There's no way around that. If this episode didn't come out and show Donna do what she did, then I would not have done. I would have ate the chip right now.
Tony is saying it's to be determined, Doug. It's the bet is still going, still active.
It is to be determined. There's no way around it.
Let's see what does Doug say in the live chat? Donna has said publicly in interviews that she is not a mole.
I mean, and the show writers have said a lot of stuff publicly in interviews that things that turn out to be false too. Actress wouldn't give that away. She wouldn't say that she's the mole. She can't go in an interview and say, "Yeah, I'm a mole." She can't say that.
Doug wants his chip. Doug is here to watch his chip. Nick Nack Studio saying, "Oh, Nick, let's see what happens with your friends." He's not buying it. Oh my God, Nick Nack Studios. People are jumping off Teflon ship right now, Tony. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Look at our real friends in the live chat.
Yeah, no. Theo says it straight up. That's exactly what a mole would say. You're correct, Theo.
Thank you, Leo. Theo. I said Leo. Theo.
You're definitely correct. No, if let me be honest, and I'm very honest about this, and I've said this from the beginning, and that's it. If this episode didn't show what it showed, I would have ate that chip right now in this stream. That's why I bought that chip. I bought that chip. I told you I was going to eat it. I wouldn't have told you I was going to do it and then all of a sudden not done it. Like I told y'all I was going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to buy the chip. I went out. I bought the chip. I got it. That was the plan. But what can I do when the show shows me something that proves that I'm right? And I've been right a whole lot of times this season. So this one's to be determined, and I will eat it. I'll buy a brand new chip when next season comes out, and that is proven. I promise you that. And if it's not aliens, like I said it's gonna be, then I'll eat another motherfucking chip. That's just what it's gonna be. What is who is this person?
We've got a couple of people in the live chat popping in for House of the Dragon stuff as the episode just ended. I'll be back next week after episode 3 to recap House of the Dragon. I'll try to get out sometime this week to do episode 2 again, like I did episode 1 last week. Anyone who's listening to the podcast, sorry for this one moment, but people in the live chat, thank you so much for jumping in there. I'm sorry. I'll be back next week to talk about House of the Dragon. We'll talk about everything that happened with Otto tonight. Don't worry.
Yeah, listen, man. I don't know who this blackface person is in there, but please don't question my character. And I'm being honest with you. If I'm telling you I'm gonna eat the fucker, eat the fucker. It's not a big deal to me. It's not the way it goes. You know what I mean? I don't BS anything. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And if I lose a bet, I honor the bet. I 100% came on here with intention before that thing aired to eat that fucking chip. But I'm not going to eat the chip until it is proven. And what I've seen from last episode, and I'm not the only one who thinks that. There's a bunch of other people who thinks the exact same thing. So please don't question my integrity or anything like that. That's not what it is. That's not who I am. As a man, I'll eat that thing, and that's just what it is. You know, that's just the way it goes. So what am I going to do? There's nothing I can do. The show is the one who did it. The show had put it out there. So I just go by what the show said. And that's it. Sorry if I disappointed y'all and y'all wanted to come out here and see. I would have did it.
Oh yeah, but I know Asta in the live chat is pissed off. Pissed off.
I'm about to block him because he's just talking shit now, and I told him what to deal with. So
I know. Chill if you don't want to be blocked, dude. Chill if you don't.
It's about to go down. What is he saying here?
He says, "Are you suggesting, Tony, that Liz lied in public interviews when she said she was not said mole?"
100%. I didn't stutter when I said that either. Yeah, I can show you 1,000 people who are in shows who said they weren't in shows and actually been in their actors. I can look at 1,000%. I can show you of directors and people in shows. Show writers who have come on and blatantly bold-faced lie not to give away the plot of the show. It would be too big of a plot if she was the mole. Let's just say she was the mole and they were trying to keep this a secret from season 1. For her to go on an interview and just say, yes, I am the mole, would not be very good for the show, right? Not unless she's Tom Holland and spoiling shit, right? So yeah, no, I think she lied about it, and I think that she had to lie about it because she can't give anything away. Just like if you look at the Reddit that we've seen from the showrunners, and we pointed this out earlier, there were specific questions that they asked, and they did not answer because they could not answer, or they would have gave away too much. And that's just the bottom line. So that's just that. So yes, I am saying that she lied. She told a fib and everything. That doesn't mean she's a liar. But that just means I think she's protecting the character.
Am I gonna have to send Liz a message now and let her know you're calling her a liar? Smiley face, smiley face.
Yeah, 100%. You can tell her. I've told her when she's been on the show. Phil, how many times have I told her that
her a
she's
liar every time?
Every time. And I've said it while she's on the phone, and she said, "I am at the mall." I said, "Yes, you are. Yes, you are." I said, "You can't fool me. You can't fool me." And I've said it every time. So no. I would do it. I am not afraid to do it. It's no big deal to me. I'm a man of my word. Anything I've ever said, I follow through with. I just cannot follow through until I have more proof. And I think there's a recount going on right here.
And yes, I guess officially it makes sense. You got to wait a year, but trust me, my friend, you'll be eating that damn chip.
We'll see. What did he put damn in there, or you just said that?
No, I added it.
You just added it.
It seems like
you felt the dam just needed.
Yeah,
to be
I felt the damn, Doug. I'm sorry for editorializing. I editorialized your comment. I added a damn. There seemed like there should be a William Shatner damn chip in there. So I'm sorry.
And Doug says she could have easily said no comment. Well, saying no comment gives the whole thing away. You can't say that. You know what I mean? Like if someone says, "Hey, are you the mole?" No comment. Well, obviously you are. Right? I mean, obviously you are. So you can't say that. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't work that way. Again, I just refer you to the Reddit that they said they pulled that stuff in the Reddit when people asked them questions that they didn't want to comment on, which most likely said everything else like that.
Doug
I know
continues.
that.
Not answering a question is entirely different than giving a false answer. Doug came here just to watch you eat that chip tonight. I love that.
I'm glad he did. I'm really glad that. And for all the fans of the channel, I wish I could have been wrong and ate the chick, but I'm not going to. I'm not admitting
That was
defeat
the
right
most
now.
disingenuous thing you've ever said in your life. I wish I could have been wrong.
I wish I could have been, because this to get this shit over with. I wish I could have been wrong and just got it over with. But in the end, the jury is still out on this one, we have to wait. There's nothing I can do. I'm not gonna eat this fucking chip and the next season comes out and then Donna's the mole and I ate it for nothing.
True. No, I think it's fair to say that whether it's true or not, wherever we are in this, till the end of the series, all bets should be collected when the entire series is over. Because that's fair. That's fair to me.
Nothing I can do.
Holy shit, we got a $99 super chat donation.
Urban.
Now we're
Gregory.
getting close to that 1,000, guys. We're getting close to that 1,000 to get Tony to eat the chip anyway.
Good. He says, Tony, you were right about Clara. I'm a man of my word with my comments for a week ago, and I'm here to pay up. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it 100%. Salute to you for being a man of your word. That's all we can do as men, is be people of our word and all that. And Doug has the right to come on here and confront me. We are not hiding from the man in yellow. We are here for it. We could put that. We could
He
put
says
it
we're
right.
gonna need a bag of hot chips for all of you folks. Oh my goodness, the man in yellow is doing man in yellow stuff in the live chat right now.
He could come out here and say it right now. It's all possible. We do not do anything like that. I've been saying no comment. Listen, Doug. I hear what you're saying, my brother. I hear what you're saying. Me saying that I've been saying no comment for all kinds of questions I can't answer. That doesn't indicate you coming down on one side or other on the question. I agree 100%. That doesn't mean either or, but it could mean one or the other. Oh, he gave you the goddamn now, Phil.
You're goddamn right, Phil. Like,
he gave you the Breaking Down. He went to the Breaking Bad voice.
yeah, he went to the Walter White.
He did the Walter White for you.
Goddamn right, Phil. I'm man in yellow. Okay. You went full on.
Right.
Don't make him show his teeth to the chat right now. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, the bet is and let it be known. It would be two.
Okay, we got a voicemail from KP. I'm sorry I missed your call, KP. Let's play this voicemail.
Tony, dude wasn't calling you a mole. He was saying that Donna in her interview said she wasn't a mole, and he was saying that is what a mole would say. So you probably need to apologize for that to Theo C Junior 86.
What's he talking about? I did say I didn't say that at all.
I don't know. Okay, I'm not sure.
I didn't say that at all. I have to. I agree with the guy. I think he must have been in between pulls when he put that out there.
King of the Realm says, bro, they got to explain so much stuff in season 5. Like, why does it take Tabitha being pushed at the lighthouse to go back home?
All right, now, Doug. Wait a second. Doug is gonna have to come on here if he wants to. He can only do bets face to face. He'll have to come on here if he wants to double or nothing it or something like that. He'll have to come on here. King of Rome says, "What, bro? They got to explain so much stuff in season 5. Like, why does it take Tabitha being pushed out the lighthouse to get back? 100%. There's a lot of things they have to explain, and I think that's what I wish they didn't do. I wish they would have closed some of these. I wish they would have closed some of these holes, these potholes, filled them before they even did more and left more out there. And I think that's the problem. That's what we got right now. And I think that it could be to the point where it's too many and everything. Unless this one's gonna cure this one. This one's gonna cure this one. This one every episode. They may have had too much here and stuff. Because the man in yellow and the boy in white do seem like a little losty in this. We're feeling we're getting a little lost vibes
A
from
little
this
bit, but one thing, people that have thought that maybe they were the same person, at least we sort of confirmed that they're not the same person. They do have some sort of interaction, some antagonistic.
Well, I mean, you don't know. Still, I mean,
I don't think they're the same person. I don't think they're the same person personally, but maybe you're right. Anything's possible at this point going into this final season. I think that's the thing that opened up. If we go into some predictions or thoughts for season 5, I think if we think of some positives coming out of this, they've definitely opened a lot of possibilities that this could go in a lot of directions of.
I'm saying in Lost, they had 2 entities that were battling over something that was what it was.
Yes.
And now we see at this, there's 2 entities playing a game at the end.
One of the entities on Lost was trying to protect the island, and one of them was trying to kill the person, but couldn't kill them directly, so needed to influence other people on the island to be able to kill them.
So we got one entity on this person right now trying to play the game, saying he thinks it's going to win this time, and one person preventing him from playing the game. As you said, it just seems like a trading spaces situation that they're playing this game with these people's life for $1.
Yep.
And whatever goes on happens, and that's the way they're doing it, and that's the way they're running.
Some sort of bad. It really does feel like the trading places situation.
It is the trading places. That's what it is. $1. I bet you I can get all these people in here to sacrifice their children and everything. No, you can't get them to do that. I bet you $1 I could. And there you go.
What do you think the direct relationship between the two of them are? Do you think they're related in any way? Do you think they're just old friends?
Well, they're very friendly with each other. So that's just the bottom line. I mean, when you greet somebody and the first thing is, oh, you're getting old. That's a friendly greeting.
Yeah, that's what people say to me these days. You're losing your hair. You're looking good. You're kind of old.
That's a friendly greeting. The greeting was friendly between them. They strolled up there. The boy in white did not prevent Sophia, or the man in yellow, who we have in the chat, from putting the talismans in there.
Nope.
Right? He didn't try to prevent her from doing it. He didn't say, don't do that.
Against the rules of the game to stop.
No, this is part of the game. This is just what it is. That's just the way it goes. Hold it down, Phil. I'll be right back, homie.
I will. And a couple people have been asking about the red lightning. It is interesting that the lightning happened to be red specifically. I don't know if there's any significance to that, but it did look really fucking cool. I will say that. What's it say? The last episode gave me Stranger Things vibe. Red lightning, red skies, Fatima connected to the monster like Will and Buffy season 1 last episode with the eclipse and the vampires walking out. I have to do a rewatch of Buffy. That's absolutely so. Exotic Sugar says, in season 2, Jade says the problem is there's too much we don't know. It's like opening a book and starting from the middle or trying to imagine what a jigsaw puzzle works. I think at least now we sort of have some of the pieces that they can put together going into this next season. I do think, I know Tony doesn't think so, but I think the bones have some sort of relevance that Tabitha and Jade, if they do something a very certain way, it could possibly have some sort of significance, but who knows? Phil, I should do a Weird Al cover band. I can't sing as good as Weird Al. I'm not saying I have a horrible voice, but Weird Al is a unique generational talent of skills beyond reproach. Just looking like him doesn't mean I could cover all the amazing, ridiculous songs he sings from so many different artists, but I will try. You better, Julie B. Deep dives. We still don't know what the red things is on the cave painting in season 1. Absolutely. Let's get that in the chat. Everyone in the live chat, start listing all the answers to things you want in season 5. Everything. List it. Let's get into it. Both chats. Let's see. What is everything that you absolutely want in this next season? Dow says they're two sides of the same coin. Very much so, I think. People want to know who Martin is. The ballerina. We want to know the ballerina. Ballerina. A ballerina is kind of like a ballerina, but different. Phil, shut the fuck up. They need to up the wig budget. What will they be doing in season? We haven't talked about her tonight because we didn't do like a full recap situation, but Julie, in her scenes, she's an excellent actress, but at times, the wig does take over the situation. and I hope they give her a better wig, or they let her do her real hair in the next season. Yay, Phil threw me a rope. Oh, and I'm all over the things. Tony didn't leave. He went to go take care of something. He'll be right back. Tony said, the hell with this thing. I don't want to talk to this fucking annoying Phil anymore. I'm done. Mr. J says, so the man in yellow can alter and do everything he wants in the game, but the boy in white can't do or say shit, like he's limited. I'm not sure if he can't do or say shit. I think he does have some influential ability of some kind. Personally, I think he maybe caused the earthquakes to protect them for a second, but maybe not. Maybe that was the man in yellow as well. I think it would be hard for me to imagine the boy in white doesn't have some abilities as well, other than just influencing verbally the townspeople. That being said, if we do compare this in some level to the Lost thing, Jacob, I believe, didn't really have any powers. He could just sort of talk to people and he had a coincidental situation where he was in the right place at the right time. Oh, Tony's got the real stuff right there. And
take a shot.
Whereas, let me pour a shot too, where Smokey could actually change.
I don't know what you're talking about, but real quick.
I think I think the boy in white caused the earthquakes to protect.
All right. I got a whole theory about these earthquakes and everything else going on.
I think the boy in white did it to protect them. But yeah, let me pour my shot.
But let me tell you people something real quick about the Don real quick. Last time I was challenged, it was at this convention about a bull riding contest. All right.
Don't make me bring up the video.
And I was there, and people challenged me to get on the mechanical bull, said I'd be the first person to fall off. I had no chance of winning this contest. I told them that if I enter this contest, I will win this contest. Phil, did I say those exact words?
Mm-hmm. He Babe Ruthed his shot. He called his shot.
I said if I enter this contest, win this contest. I went on last. I remember I was there. It was a girl named Val. She had a channel called In Deep Geek, and her husband, her fiance at the time, was there. And I was going to go last. And he tried to say, he said, Tony, you pussying out. And I said, what did you say to me? He said, you trying to get out of this. I said, I'm going to go last. He goes, no, you're pussying out. I got on that bull. Phil, what happened when I got on the bull?
You won the contest.
I won the fucking contest. You understand? This is who the Don is, man. This is what I do.
And then you beat Justin Thomas in a punching contest.
Yeah, I did. And I beat him in a punching contest too. With the head, with the bag, and everything else. So I when I tell you, this is what I do, man. And I'm telling you straight up, I'll eat that damn chip if I am wrong. I have no problem doing it. That's just what it is. But we'll see if I'm wrong, and I'm not wrong a lot in life. So we'll see. And we have the footage. Phil has the footage. I have the footage of the bull riding contest.
I have it uploaded. We can take a look at it at some point in time in the future as well if we want. And I think we've taken a couple of clips of it here and there. And there's
black faces. How much to make it 2 chips? What would be for 2 chips, bro?
You said 1,000 for one. Is that what you said? 1,000 for one?
If I to eat it right now, I eat it right now. And everything else. KP, you can't tell us what to do. Play my voice, bro. Demanding. All right, but for the season of From and everybody who's come, we're not leaving right now, but just salute to all.
And we apologize. We know we have some people that probably love this episode and are like, you guys are shitting on it, but we love you anyway. We appreciate it. We appreciate you guys.
How much we make to make it double? How much do we do? $100?
Double what? Like double the hot chip? Mm-hmm. Oh, and everyone, if we do this live con,
we are doing the con.
One of the things that we're definitely going to do is Tony and I will do a Escaping From podcast live in front of you.
Yeah, the con. I said the con is next summer. It's in Nashville. It's at the Gaylord Opry.
I will try to make it. No,
it's at the Gaylord Opry. You'll be there. It's at the Gaylord Opry. It's a done deal. It's going to be there.
Are we going to get Bridge 4 there? Is the real question.
People saying 500. You want to give me 500 for it? Yeah, I'll do it. Fine. But if we will be there, we will be live. Real Theories and Enigmas will be there. We'll have all your favorite YouTubers who come from. We'll get most of them there that are willing to go. We'll offer it to all of them.
Area code, and we will definitely be talking about that more in the future. Area code 712. What's your name? Where are you calling from? And what's your question or comment? And you should come to the con. You should.
Hey,
I'll
Tony
be-
and Phil. You know, I definitely will. It's Julie B. I've got a new area code now.
Oh,
Oh,
Julie B is no
what
longer
happened to the spam account?
spam. Yeah, if you're not spam, I don't know who the fuck you are, Julie.
Nope.
B.
Yeah, I'm psyched that you're actually going to do the con. That's fantastic. I would love to go. When is it happening?
It's next summer. It's be next summer. It's in Nashville. Gaylord Opry Hotel is where it will be. Beautiful location and stuff. You definitely have a panel on there that you'll be able to go on there and rock. I'll get all the details to you and everything else. But we'll definitely get you there.
And we'll be definitely doing some karaoke, everybody.
Oh my God, that is amazing. Thank you for wanting to include me. I would love to be part of that. That's
You're in.
absolute
It's
blast.
done deal. We'll have all your favorite from podcasters. We'll offer them all a spot, and whoever accepts does accept. But every one of them will be offered a spot. I promise you that. To all you guys, whoever it is, I will offer every one of them who does your favorite stuff, whether they show up or not, or can't make it.
Even
they all
that
be
one,
offered.
Tony. Even that one. Yes, that one too.
Everyone will be offered the spot. This is an all-inclusive thing. It's not about me. It's about the fandom, and it's about y'all getting together and actually seeing each other in person.
917 call back in a few minutes.
And we will have some actors from the show come down there too. I promise you that we'll get them to come down there too. If they're not, we'll get it done. We'll get it done. I'll get it done for you. Trust me.
I have a feeling you'll be able to tell Elgin in person how dumb he is.
I'll get it done.
You know what we need to do? We need to get a dunking tank with Elgin sitting there. We got to convince him this in so people can throw things and dunk them in a tank for being dumb.
No, he's not. He's not the dumb. Again, we've already said that Porn Stash is the dumbest of the line.
Okay. Anyway, sorry, Julie. What's going on?
So yeah, definitely let me know when that's happening, and Carl and I will make a trip of it. We'll come down and we'll be there.
Next summer.
Next summer.
Yeah,
Yeah, just
guaranteed.
keep me posted on the details.
Yeah.
But as for the show,
It's going to be hot in Nashville.
I was listening. I wasn't able to listen to this whole stream. I'm gonna watch the replay. I've been able to listen off and on. I know a lot of people are disappointed with the finale in a lot of ways. I have a lot of my own criticisms, but I'll focus on. I mean, the thing that I love, and I guess I love it because I'm biased. I did love the ending. I did love the boy in white and Sophia revealing that they're playing a game. That's my main theory for the show.
Yep.
I put out in 2 videos right after the season 3 finale. I started working on the theory, and I put it out, one video in like December 2024, the next one in January, and not that many people watched them because it was the off season, but I've referenced that theory so many times in my videos and live streams that I think it's a cosmic chess game between these 2 entities, and they have diametrically opposed purposes. The man in yellow is trying to keep this curse going, and the boy in white, I think, is trying to make it stop. And they're using the people like chess pieces. They're using them and manipulating them, trying to achieve their goals. And I personally, so I love it. I mean, I know we all love getting a theory right. Obviously, everyone loves when that happens. So I know I sound biased because it was my main theory, but I just think it's an awesome concept too. I'm happy with it. And I know it's similar to Lost, but I think overall, if you look at there are enough differences, there are enough fundamental differences from Lost that I will accept it. Like, I don't think it's a carbon copy of Lost.
I mean, it's not a carbon copy, but it's the same. If it goes that route, we don't know yet, right? But what you're saying, we don't know exactly how it plays out. But when you look at Lost and there's 2 people there, are there 2 people here? Yes. I mean, that's just obvious. Are the 2 people against each other playing a game with the other 2 people? Yes, they're doing the same thing. So they definitely took from that. And that's just
the lightning looked like
there's no way around it. I mean, it's their stuff, so they could do what they want, but there's no way around it. Now, I don't, as Phil said, it's not going to be the exact same. They're not going to do the exact same thing. They'll put a twist on it, but that's the general thing of it. That's the way it's gonna go.
I mean, yeah, I like obviously that's a really unique concept, and they did, I think, maybe borrow too much, but I mean there are some pretty unique twists to it, like the fact that I think this is a manifestation realm. I called it a nightmare realm before, but now I call it manifestation realm, because nightmares and fears can manifest into reality, but I think also hope can manifest things too. Like the hope of the dying children who were sacrificed created the bottle tree. Like, so
Do you think?
that's
Do you
totally
think
different from Lost?
Do you think Elgin manifested anything as he was dying tonight?
Hell yes, I do. I've got to say, I have never cheered on a death on the show as much as I did Elgin, and it's not because I don't like Elgin. No hate against him, but I am excited for him to die because he had a huge nightmare that we never got the answers to as to what the hell scared the shit out of him when he first got to town on the bus.
He did say that. He said it was the boy in white.
But that's not enough. That's not enough for him to throw up and say bad things are going to happen. You got to turn the bus around. All he remembered was the boy in white said the cicada nursery rhyme. That's
He said that, and then he's seen the Brundles.
And the Brundles. So, but something horrible must have happened in his nightmare, and I think it's going to manifest into reality now. It's going to be something to do with the Brundles or some other body of water. If he was mistaken that the Brundles was in the body of water in the dream, maybe a flood. Maybe that's how we get the flood, is aversion to water. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen from that. I think it's going to manifest in season 5.
I feel you, and we'll see if it goes down like that. I still don't like what they did to the character of Elgin. I don't like the way that he was written. I thought he could have been. That's me. That's just my personal thing. Maybe because I've talked to the actor a couple of times, but I think they could
be 14 years old, Tony. That's okay.
Yeah, they could have done more with him. I think they could have did it a little bit better with him and stuff, and not make him just fall for these things over and over again. And so this could have been the same results could have happened, but it could have just been written a little bit different,
Yeah, he was really dumb. I mean, he's so dumb. It was just so exasperating watching him. But in the end, he died an honorable death. I liked that he didn't take the bargain, and I've
He
been
should have took the bargain, though. He should have took it. You got to take it. Like when you're in this situation, there's no honor in this right now. When you're in this situation that he's in at this particular time, you take the bargain and you double cross the man in yellow. That's your option. That's the only option you should have, is to take the bargain, double cross the man in yellow. You're gonna die anyway. You try to help everybody out while you do it. You go out like
100%. If someone asks you if you're a god, Ray, you say yes. You just say yes, Elgin, and you figure it out after the fact. Be smart, be guileless. Go to talk to Boyd after the fact. Go talk to Acosta if you trust her. Go talk to somebody. But in that moment, you agree to everything that scary motherfucker says to you.
Yeah, you make a good point. You do make a good point. I think the reason he didn't do it is because he became so religious, and he probably felt that this is the devil, and he'd be like selling his soul and making a deal with the devil. That's
fair, but
my guess is why he didn't do it.
I agree with you, Julie, but in some situations, I know the devil always has one up on you, but you got to try to
you got to do it. And if he was so religious, they didn't play on that at all. They should have had him in there with scenes with Sophia, praying with Sophia when she was doing all that. If he was going to be that religious, they should have showed it more. They didn't show him be this religious. He only prayed when his life was on the line. All right. And everybody prays when their life is on the line. So they didn't show him go there preaching the gospel and doing all this stuff like they've shown Sophia do that more than him. So if he was that religious, they should have showed him doing that all season, and then we get to that point.
Their rituals. She does say, for alien purposes or whatever she is, she does refer to does she say silly humans in their rituals about religion or something like that? I think she.
Yeah, in their prayers, that she mocked him for that. But I do think that I saw evidence of a religious transformation in him, because he his grandma was super religious. He said he wasn't, but then he thought the kimono lady was an angel, and because angels supposedly look horrible and you should fear not. And then in this season, he told Julie that he believes there is some truth here, and he sounded awfully religious as he was saying it. So it didn't surprise me that he went out praying.
I would say this too. I would say this. I don't know. Maybe it's me, but if angels can look horrible, but the number one thing I'm looking for is the wings. Like, I mean, if I'm looking for the wing, fuck the halo, all right. You got to give me at least some wings. You can't be dressed in the kimono, fucking shit, and try to drown me, and then say you're an angel. You got to show me some wings.
Right.
I need to see the wings.
Yeah. Elgin was not the brightest bulb. He never was, and so I'm just excited to see if his nightmare will manifest, because they have to do this. Now that we know nightmares can become reality, we have to see the nightmare of somebody who dies become reality in real time now. So this is the perfect opportunity to do it. It has always bothered me that we don't know what scared him so badly.
Julie, unfortunately, I don't think we're ever going to hear Elgin's name again.
Yeah, Elgin, he may get Tilly.
I think he's going to get Tilly. I think he's going to get
Tilly.
Titted. I think he's going to get titted.
I think if they don't do it, then they're wasting an amazing opportunity and leaving a plot hole, not showing his nightmare. They've got to do it. It's a nightmare realm. You've got to do it. So I hope they will.
I hope you're right, Julie. Julie, when's the next time you're streaming? When are you streaming about this episode?
Monday at 10 p.m. Actually, no, sorry, 10:30 p.m. Eastern time.
Okay, so make sure, if you haven't already, you check out Julie B's deep dives if you want to hear her breakdown of that. Julie, we're going to take this next call. We love you, Julie. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate you, and talk to you soon.
Appreciate you too, Julie. This is area code 9917. What's your name? Where are you calling from? And what's your... Oh, okay. Forget it. 917. We didn't want to talk to you anyway. Whatever you had to say. No, we're kidding. Call right back in, my friend, if you want to, and we'll get you on the air. Didn't mean to rush you off, Julie, but everyone... I mean, the one thing I really did like in this episode, Tony, was Smiley calling Fatima mother.
Yeah, that was great. Listen, the episode.
My mother.
I am not judging.
I like it if it wasn't a season finale.
I am not judging the episode as a whole episode. I'm judging it as a finale. I've said it, then that's it. It's not that I'm judging it as a finale. It just seems like, as I said before, that this is half.
What would you give this if it was in episode 5?
I can't give it what it was.
You would give it a
it wasn't an episode. It wasn't an episode 5, so I can't give it any. I can only give it what it is, and it's a finale. For a finale episode, I think it's just half the season. The next one will be the other half of the season. The next season. So that's what it felt to me.
917. We lost you again. 15BX65. The phone number is 781-990-8509. Thank you, Miss Carla, for throwing it in the live chat. 781-990-8509. Calling in. We got Tony for a little while longer here. We started early, I think, so he could stay up.
Yeah.
We could stay a little longer. Season finale. We want to go as long as we can.
We'll be back tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow talking about the next season. We'll be with those Nerdy AF podcast people. We'll be doing that tomorrow by 8:00, and we'll talk about the next season, what we're looking forward to in the next season.
And this is area code 414. What's your name, where you're calling from, and what's your question and comment or comment?
Hey, hi, this is Caroline from Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Milwaukee.
Caroline.
414. Yeah, so my question is, have you guys thought about why,
yes,
like how everyone's and from, have you thought of from, think about that for a second. Okay, so everyone who is brought into the town, right? There's like different people, like you have, like a roller coaster engineer and a rich tech guy, and like all these, the people themselves, like how do their personalities in the real world affect how they play the game or participate in Fromville, whatever it is? you know, like, and every cycle you have to like suck in people from like, every, you know, it's different people every time, kind of. Like everyone has a different background, everyone has a different personality, a different look. Like, what's up with that, and how does that factor into like how well they do?
I don't think it factors in at all. I think that the showrunners said that everyone in here was at some. They said that the people in here are at some type of roads in their life, and that's why they were brought in here at that time. But I don't think that background or what they do for a living or anything factors into how they do everything and all that good stuff. You know what I mean? I just.
So it's not okay.
No, what were you gonna say, caller?
Oh, I was just gonna say just the fact that they have like a tech genius and a, you know, an engineer. Like, oh, like we got a good group this time. Like maybe we'll have an edge. You know.
Well, that's Jade and Tabitha. They're different. I think we got to take Jade and Tabitha specifically. Them always being there, that is relevant based around Jade. Jade's everything to do with Jade, I think, is relevant. But talking about like everybody else in town and why they cycle through. I mean, maybe they have a reason. Maybe they're brought there for a reason.
Well, they said that straight up. They're just minnows in the net. The sharks are Jade and Tabitha, and everyone else is the minnows. So Jade and Tabitha are the ones they want to come back, and everyone else is just a minnow caught up in the net, and that's it. I mean, that's what the showrunner said. So we'll go with their whole philosophy. What up to Taryn Matheru in the chat?
Good to see Taryn.
What if there was a cycle with no nurses?
There probably was. There probably was a cycle with no nurses. That I'm sure there's been cycles with no roller coaster builders. Yeah.
That's a shame, Tony. That's a shame. This should always be a roller coaster builder in every cycle.
No colonial roller coasters. No colonial.
Oh, by the way,
coasters?
no colonial. But
No colonial woman.
No colonial woman. The colonial woman was cast. We never saw her.
Yeah, that's just
Misdirection.
Misdirection, yeah. Red.
Yeah, but they did the casting for the person. Maybe the person never got casted.
Maybe the scene got cut.
Yeah, or the pushed back.
Yeah, it could have been.
Maybe it's probably Julie story.
Maybe the actor had a little issue off set.
Could be, or it's a Julie story walking situation, and they pushed all the Julie story walking stuff back to next season.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like how, you know, Henry wasn't supposed to even come in as soon as he did.
No, none of them were. Tabitha wasn't supposed to escape when she did. They're supposed to be later on.
So, I mean, I do think they have an edge with certain backgrounds, personalities, knowledge, and certain cycles. And maybe that's why everyone's a little bit different. I don't know. I just feel like maybe they're like, oh, this feels like a good one. Like we got a good group this time. Like when you work on a group project and you get like really good people in your group.
Well, maybe the boy in white feels like he's got. Maybe the boy in white is like to the man in yellow. Yeah, I got a good group of people this time.
We can win the game. We can win the round.
Yeah, because you've been kicking my ass for the last 1,000 years, but I finally got a good group of people.
It's
But
like-
I'm sure he felt that way before also.
But I think it's like, it's not like he brings specific people, like Jacob brought specific people there to battle or to take over like ownership of the island. I think it's just random people and they're kind of like playing pickup ball. Like I take you, and then they have to beat the main squad of the monsters and the man in yellow. And he keeps having to renew his roster every few things for new players. He's got to get the perfect pickup squad to beat the house team, to beat the freaking Globetrotters. And he just can't do it. You know, like they just keep losing. They just keep losing over and over again. There's no beating them. Because
I don't know.
Because they just
I
have
like that
random
we got a
people.
good group.
Yeah,
I like that we got a good group. I feel good about this group.
Maybe we have the good group this time because you know why? If it wasn't a good group, we wouldn't have the show.
Yeah.
Like they weren't going to get
Right,
out.
they're-
What's the point of the fucking show? They're going to get out. They're going to fucking get
Yeah.
out eventually. Someone's getting out.
But yeah, they do a prequel where it's just like a less successful group being like, maybe we'll leave these clues for the next cycle.
Exactly. That's why a prequel thing is hard with this thing because no other group can get out.
Yeah,
what
you
do
already know what. Yeah.
Yeah. There's no getting out besides if this is our first and only time that breaks the cycle, having a prequel really doesn't there's just no payoff to it in the end.
Yep. Sounds good. Well, thank you guys for taking my call.
Well, thank you
you
for
for
your
calling.
love. Appreciate it. Thank you, 414. We appreciate that. We someone tried to call in while we were in there. I think it might have been Chaz. Call back in. Feel free, Chaz.
These guys in the chat like, oh, how much Tony Teflon for to do the bet? And then I said, I do the bet for $100. They don't want to do the bet for $100. Like we $100 will double it up, and then all of a sudden they disappear off the chat. Right? That's what people are because people just run it. They ain't about it.
I'm gonna owe a bottle of alcohol to somebody in the chat. But Kenny,
Yes, Eloise is confirmed dead by the showrunners, but she's
Kenny is
gonna
back in.
be Sarah when it's all said and done.
area code 917. Welcome to the show. What's your name? Where are you calling from? And what's your question or comment?
It's Chaz from Harlem, New York.
Welcome, Chaz. Sorry we missed your call before. Welcome back, or welcome to the show. Thank you.
I'm back. So, man, season ending was disappointing, man. It was bad. It was bad. It was really bad. The reason why I'm disappointed was because the ending kind of ended like quick, without any answers. Fatima turns to a monster really quick. It did seem like it was rushed. You know what I'm saying? And I think they could have put more into it.
I'm down to double it. I'm down to double the bet right now.
Okay. Yep.
I'm just saying it. Someone's asking me to say it live so everyone can hear me say it. I'm down to double the bet. I'm very confident in this. Very confident.
So you think next season will be better?
I hope it's better. I mean, that's the way you want to progress things. You want the final season to be the best season of them all.
But what can they do at this point to prove that it'll be better? It's like there's so many unsolved answers.
You got to answer the question.
You
got to answer the questions, and you got to make it. And not only you have to answer the questions, and you have to make the answers good, that they all fit in place. That's how you make it better. All people want are answers to the questions. Whether they agree with the answers or not, you have to just answer. You can't leave plot holes in it, and that's what it is.
So you can't the one thing I understand as far as like Sophia's storyline.
Yep.
As far as her still the talisman, like no one's seen her still talismans at everyone's house. That makes no sense.
Yeah, she's obvious, and she's mean mugging with a big smile. To me, I've said it a few times. I'm like a broken record with it, but when she turns on the radio, no one can affect those damn radios, and she just touches the radio in her hand in front of everyone in the diner, and no one fucking questions it. She goes to Boyd afterwards and like talks about the whole plan. Hey Boyd, how'd that plan go? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Like it's come on, dude, come on. Pick up.
I think Sarah is watching her. I think Sarah's in the background.
In the background of what?
Watching her do all that shit. I think Sarah, like next season, they're gonna show Sarah watching Sophia do all that crazy shit.
Oh, like she's onto her and like
he's onto her. Cause remember when she came back to the house? Sarah was like, "Oh, where you been?" Remember your mom like you used to go outside with your friends. Your mom be like, "Where you been outside?" And your mom be like, "Oh, you wasn't here." That's Sarah.
I hope so. I hope they give Sarah that stuff to do. Tony, do you think Sarah could be the one that finally catches this?
I mean, it could be anybody right now. I mean, it could be anybody right now that can catch. But I think in the end, it's Tabitha. That's what the whole thing is right now. The whole thing is the Tabitha. The whole thing is the Tabitha Miranda driving into town. That's what's going to be it. Elgin had it. And Elgin gave it up. They didn't see it, but it's going to be that Miranda drive-in. She's going to be one of the people. Tabitha's going to solve it.
I totally expected to get back to that flashback at some point.
And let me take this. We got a
caller on, so we'll get the super chat, and then we'll get to you, caller. Hold on 1 second.
I want to just make sure the person understands. We take this super chat. This is from Blackface. He says, done 2 chips when it comes out. Donna ain't the mole. She's Eloise in the Story Walker. All right. Wait. Let's make sure that we were saying this right. Are you betting that she's Eloise and the Story Walker too?
That's a lot for one bet. That's convoluted.
So if I'm wrong, that she's not the mole, but she's not Eloise or a Story Walker, then what happens then? You got to clarify that, because that's what it seems like to me, and that's why I'm making sure. Or are you just saying that this is what it is? No, I'm just saying that. All right, now you're just saying that. That's cool. All right, yeah, 2 chips on it, no doubt. Just making sure. All right. 2 chips on it. Bet is in.
Great
Bet
to
is
see
in.
Tony Pajamas in the live chat, and great to see everybody. Now the bet is with Doug. So yeah, you just got some action on that bet, basically.
Yeah. The bet is in. I'm worried about that.
Jason says there's 3 talismans left. I think there's at least 1 talisman. If there's 1 talisman left, and they can
Where
all
would the 3 be? Where would the 3 be?
Okay, there's the one down by the door in Colony House. There's the one at the
Yeah,
hospital.
but we don't know if she got that one.
She might have got that one. Did she
Clara's from Colony House, so we have to assume she got the one from the place.
get the one in the hospital that fell down that they were reaching for?
That would be the one. I would say that if that would be there is the one in the hospital.
Jade and Tabitha have one.
Jade and Tabitha, unless they left that down there, I don't think they
didn't.
took that.
Theoretically, that's 2. Theoretically, that's
yep.
2. And I think there's one more I'm not thinking about right now. But let me try to figure this out. But I feel like there might be one more. I think the one more I was thinking was the one at the basement of Colony House. But you're right. She might have grabbed that one.
Yeah, I have to say that that's why she employed her.
Yes.
To go grab that one. And we don't know if I think they're trying to go into this whole thing with no talismans at all.
Right.
So I think they're just going to say they're all gone. That Clara scooped up what she scooped up, this one scooped up, and that's the other ones in the cave. Talismans are out the picture.
I agree.
If you just have, say you just have 1 talisman, have everyone just huddled up in Colony House. It doesn't change the story of the narrative in any. Everyone just stays in Colony House and you're done. I think the purpose of us getting them was to get rid of all of the talismans so they don't have any, and I think that's the way they go with the show.
Does Boyd care? Yeah, because if they even have 1, they can all live in Colony House, and that kind of
it doesn't change the narrative of the story at all.
Yeah,
so it has to be that there aren't any there. That's the only way it works.
Yes, Sonic, your boy. I hate to say it, it's horrible because I know it was a horrible death, but my first thought was Kenny's back in the game. Kenny is back in the game. He has a chance now. He's back.
He doesn't deserve to be back in the game. It should go to Randall because he's the one who got up in that house quicker than Kenny. So
Kenny's
go right there.
Kenny's back in the game for the final season. There we go. They're gonna leave together. They're gonna leave from town together, and I win my bet.
Anyone but Acosta, and I don't care who he's with.
Yeah, that's why you're suddenly a Kenny fan again.
I'm not. No, I'm never a Kenny fan. I just he can just go with her. Go back with your chick. That's all.
Someone said they broke the lore turning Fatima. It was definitely a choice turning.
They did break the law. From what we know of the law, they broke it. But let's say that it's a part we just didn't know about that they didn't want to expose.
Yep, for sure. Brina says, I'm almost certain Sarah got one a talisman the way they always show how much Sarah treasures them. I think we can keep playing there's talismans, but I think Tony's right that they're going to want to go into this next season with, even if there should be talismans, I think they're going to break the lore of the show or continuity on the show just to have Sophia having got all the talismans.
I mean, you have to, when you look at things in the show, you have to say, what was the plot? What drives this plot point forward? If they just have 1 talisman left and they're all chilling in Colony House, that doesn't drive the narrative forward. The narrative is that they're out of talismans and now they got to survive with no talismans.
That's where they're going with that. So
that's what it is, and that's what they're trying to say in the show, and that's what we have to see. Now, whether they find them again is different, but they initially have to start off with no talismans. Now, maybe they go in the faraway tree and they get spread around somewhere, and people can find one here and there. Maybe that happens, but they got to go into the season that there's no talismans, and they got to go back to the basics of digging holes and shit.
I wonder if the faraway trees can travel through time, and when they go through the faraway trees, it's the loop that eventually past Boyd found. Like they put,
I didn't even understand what you said there.
that when the man in yellow puts the talismans into the tree,
yep,
that the faraway tree sends them back in time to Boyd to when he originally found them. And that's how Boyd found them. He actually found them.
You think every time they go back to that one spot.
Yeah, it's like the loop.
Get stuck in the wall. Now Boyd has to go back to that spot and find them again.
Yeah.
Could be. I mean, they were placed there in that spot. Maybe they go into that room and then Sophia goes in there and puts them on the wall. You know, maybe they warp to that spot. Sophia goes in there, places them on the wall again, and then they're set. And the game starts again.
Did I have a Long Island accent? I got to turn on my Boston accent, dude. I'm sorry. I randomly had a Long Island accent apparently in that last call.
I mean, that's the way I would look at it, that they do it like that, and she's got to set the board, the pieces up in there. They go back to that room. Sophia goes in there, or the man in yellow. Maybe Doug. We love to see Doug Hugh again. They said Doug Hugh's coming back, so that's what that said. So we love to see Doug Hugh. We not just because Doug is in the chat, but if Doug was around and he was listening to other things, I've said that there were scenes that Sophia got that should have got, in my opinion. Even though I think she's a phenomenal actress, and I think she's the MVP of this season easily.
Okay, let's get into that. Is she's your MVP of the season?
Yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt, she's the MVP of the season.
We got area code 646. I'll get into my MVP in a second. Area code 646. Welcome to the show. What's your name? Where are you calling from? And what's your question or comment or whatever? 646. You're on. What's going on?
What's going on? What's going on? How to speak to everybody?
We're doing.
This first season is a little crazy. We gotta talk about it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Ellis would have never left Fatima. Never. He would have never left her Turner like that. From what this season showed us, he loved that girl so much. When she, hold on, that it all.
We're having a little problem with your phone. Great call. Call back in if you get a slightly better connection, because you were doing great. That was a fucking awesome call, but
it broke up. I mean, I disagree. They have shown that he loved that chick. He tried to stay with her, and they dragged him out. You know what I mean? It wasn't like he did leave. Dad dragged his ass out. You know what I mean? So he wanted to stay with that Baraka teeth looking chick. In the end, there ain't that much love in the world. I love a lot of things in this world. Love my kids. Love my sister. Love my brother. Love my mother. Listen, my sister.
You're one of the most
if they teeth turn to that, every one of them, I got to go. I can't stay. I can't stay. It's time for me to go. You know what I mean? That's it. That's just the way it goes. There's no doubt. I'll see if I can do something later. But at the moment right then, I'm gone, bro.
Tony, I have a weird question about the show. Do you think Pete's live music? I know you're calling about House of the Dragon, so I'm skipping your call. Do you think, because they've changed things, they know the end game, but they've changed things, do you think they added the element to the Boy in White, like, hey, I see that you're aging, because the Boy in White's actor is aging?
Well, yeah, they said it in the thing that they did.
So now that so they did say that. So now that they've said that, he can get as old as he wants.
In the picture in the start, he's an old ass man in that picture. In the beginning of the front, they showed a guy in the Boy in the White costume. He's an old man in there.
Your sister cracks me up in the live chat. She's like, just kill me.
I could never kill her, but I just go away.
Your sister's funny as fuck.
I couldn't kill her. I couldn't kill her, but I could run away. That would just be it. That's the way it would go with everything else. You know what I mean? But yeah. All right, listen, we'll be back tomorrow. All right. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Tomorrow, 8:00, around 8:30. Phil, you'll be here, right?
I'll do my best for sure.
All right, Phil will try to be here. We'll be with the Nerdy as Fuck podcast. We promised them they get on here, so we're gonna get them on here tomorrow. We already rocked for 3.5 hours. If I go any longer, then no one's gonna watch the recast of it, and that's just the problem. So I have to.
Even though we still have 400 plus people, and we appreciate it.
Yeah, we had over 500 people here. We appreciate you.
We still have 400 plus. We very much appreciate.
Yeah, appreciate all y'all coming by and everything else. It's not over for From. So if y'all still want From, this is the place to be. Make sure you subscribe to Teflon TV and Phil Issues Guide channel. We will be continuing to do From stuff all the way until they start next season. I will promise you I'll dedicate a stream to doing From stuff, and I'll make sure it goes down. So make sure you subscribe.
You humor me for a couple people in the live chat. You people you want to know, you want to hear this, you want to hear it. It's a hot tower tonight. You want to hear it? Fuck auto, fuck auto, fuck auto. Okay, that's it. You want to hear the fuck auto out of context? No one else cares what that means. But to all you people saying fuck auto in the live chat, there you go. Fuck auto.
Yeah, without a doubt. Listen, we love you all. We'll see you tomorrow. We're still doing From content. Don't go away. If you want to be a part of the community, don't go away. This is the familiar. I promise you, I'll still be doing live streams. I'm sure it'll get smaller, but hey, it'll be us in the end. And we'll still be here rocking with you because we still love the show. I love the show. I still love the show. Just because I'm critical of this episode being the finale, doesn't mean I don't love this. That's because I love it. And I want it to be remembered as one of the greatest shows in history. And that is why I'm critical of it, so that they can step their game up. Sometimes you got to do that for them and everything else. All right. If you like the way I do this, please thumbs up this. Wait a second. We got to go out on a good note, Phil. We got to go out.
Yeah,
We got to go out on a good note, right? We do.
Final note of the season.
We got to go.
Thank you so much.
Final note of the season.
I'm going to be doing a Lost from sort of stream at some point, and we'll figure that out. So you guys are awesome. Thank you.
If you like the way I do this, please thumbs up this, spread this across the realm, and of course subscribe. And until next time, you know who it is. Peace and stay sexy.
So like if Acosta had to create her perfect man, like an avatar, this